catastrophic wind damage and storm surges. National Hurricane Center Director Michael Brennan.
The potential for 9 to 13 feet of storm surge inundation above ground level near and to wherever to the right or near where the eye crosses the coast here on the southern coast of Jamaica.
Landfall could occur tomorrow morning, but Jason Allen reports from Kingston it's already impacting the area.
Those outer bands of wind from Melissa are really starting to pummel the Kingston, Jamaica area right now, and this is really still just the beginning. The wind has been picking up. There isn't rain or heavy rain right now. It's been coming in bands, so it'll be moderate to heavy for a while, and then it'll back off.
Day 27 of the government shutdown and a lot of frustration among those who were being impacted, like this federal worker in Washington, D.C. at a food kitchen.
That's a problem when you can't find common ground on issues that matter and issues that are important, and when you hold federal government employees hostage over that. It is a bad taste in your mouth.
Federal food assistance could be halted on November 1st. More than 40 million Americans rely on SNAP benefits to help buy food. Democratic attorneys general from nearly half the country are demanding to know if the federal government's main nutrition program, which feeds all those people, will be funded. Christopher Cruz reports.
The 23 attorneys general say recipients of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, benefits will suffer grave harm if money doesn't flow into their accounts on November 1st. They say any delay in providing those benefits because of the government shutdown will have, quote, devastating effects on the children, senior citizens, veterans, and disabled people who rely on the program for their daily meals. Christopher Cruz, CBS News, Washington.
Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin's providing abortions again a month after pausing them. Matt Piper reports.
The hold was due to federal Medicaid funding cuts in President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Now the Wisconsin chapter of Planned Parenthood waived its status as an essential community provider, and by doing so says it no longer fits the definition of a prohibited entity under the federal law and can receive Medicaid funding.
Legendary jazz drummer Jack DeJohnette has died. For more than 5 decades, he was known for his versatility with his wide range, calling himself elastic. He was 83 years old. On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are higher. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at Progressive.com.
Stormy Puget Sound weather turns deadly. The story coming up. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. Here's Lori.
Traffic is brought to you by Global Credit Union. The collision in Seattle, northbound I-5 at I-90. It looks like now they've got the right lane blocked again. So Federal Way to Seattle right now, 24-minute drive. That's only a 2-minute delay, better than the 3 minutes about 20 minutes ago. Bellevue to Everett is a 2-minute delay. And if you're heading from Everett to Marysville, we're looking at a speed limit drive. Still got a little bit of a slowdown northbound 167 at Pacific. And then both directions of West Seattle Bridge between 99 and I-5 going to see a little bit of a slowdown. Seattle to Everett right now, 25 minutes. Traction tires advised on Stevens Pass and I-90 right now. No restrictions, but it is still snowing. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. Stormy weather turned deadly in the Pierce County town of Roy when a tree fell onto a trick-or-treat party at McKenna Park. Witnesses tell KIRO 7 TV.
We had a gust of wind, and then we heard what sounded like thunder.
Everybody was crying. Where the hell do I run? Which way do I run?
One man was killed Saturday. Half a dozen people were injured. A Linwood family escaped serious injury after a tree came down on their home. More from KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman.
One of the homeowners tells me her and her husband were getting ready for bed right as the tree came crashing down in their bedroom. And it was in that moment, she says the most important thing was to get her 2 daughters out of the home and to safety.
For us, it was just a lot of prayer and thankfulness to God that we were safe.
She tells me the damage is pretty significant and will take some time to repair. But she says, of course, the most important thing is that everyone is okay and neighbors were checking in on each other.
Utility crews are getting the lights back on for tens of thousands of customers who lost power in the Puget Sound region from those weekend storms. Puget Sound Energy says more than 13,000 customers are still without power. Seattle City Light, about 150 customers. Snohomish County PUD, down to 20. Weekend storms have forced delays or closures at some area schools. We've listed all the districts affected at mynorthwest.com. From Shoreline to Seattle, it was a violent weekend across the region.
Monday morning, King County deputies say a man died after being shot in Shoreline, a couple of blocks west of the Costco there. Sunday in Seattle, police found multiple shell casings at a gas station parking lot off MLK. Then 10 minutes later, found the victim at Harborview Medical Center, shot in the shoulder, listed in serious condition. Another victim shot himself in the leg, police say, after target practicing in the woods at a South Seattle park. And a pair of stabbings, one in Seattle's U District, another downtown near a Metro bus stop, neither with life-threatening injuries. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A longtime property owner in Seattle's Little Saigon is suing the city, claiming Seattle policies on homelessness allowed crime and drug use to go unchecked, ruining his investments. He tells the Puget Sound Business Journal it's impossible to sell his Asian Plaza on South Jackson Street. A judge has asked both sides to file a case update by today. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the mid-50s. It's 51 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Behold, a fiendish masterpiece from the bowels of hell! Yeah. Mondays, for I hate Mondays. They make me so steamed. Weekends, I go for the weekends! Son of a
Happy Monday. Welcome to the show. Jake Skorheim here. Spike O'Neill there. Spike, welcome to the show.
Hey, buddy. Happy Monday to you.
October 27th.
Happy birthday to my kid, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday.
That's all I got him this year. That's right there. Little on-air greeting. Really trying to tighten the belts this year.
Halloween must be a big holiday around your house then, right?
Monstrous, no pun intended.
Yeah.
It is our favorite. My wife and I have a competition every year, whether Halloween or Christmas will be the biggest celebration of the year.
What is it usually?
She wins more often than not.
Sure.
We have a storage unit filled with decorations. Yeah. I swear to you. One side of the storage unit is full of black and orange storage bins. One side of this is full of red and green storage bins, and it is a full-on every year. Here it comes.
So you rent that? You rent that storage unit?
Yeah, we do. Isn't that tragic?
That is
it's stupid.
No,
wasteful.
No,
tragic.
No. It's a dang good business. It is a good business.
Oh my goodness.
We have a friend who owns a storage facility.
It prints money. You print money.
Yeah, it's good money.
And the last 5 to 10 years.
Because it's the price of people's dreams and their memories. That's what they're doing. They're holding on to things.
It's also the influx of new people into this city who come for various different industries, technologies. They move here from these big places in other states. They buy smaller places while they acclimate to the Northwest, and all their stuff sits in storage.
I'm sure that's a portion of it.
Price of storage has, I would say, almost doubled in the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's
the price of a storage unit. Meanwhile, I'm paying to not look at my Halloween and Christmas decorations.
Yeah, there you go.
Ain't the brightest bulb on Broadway.
But for the 3 months of the year that you have them out, it's pretty fun.
Magic.
Yeah,
it's magic.
Pretty magical. All right, we're going to have a great show today, and I know that because we need to. I didn't sleep at all last night. I didn't tell you this before the show started. I didn't sleep at all last night, so I'm feeling either a little punchy.
Okay.
So I'm either going to be very grumpy all day, or it's just going to be fun and kind of free-flowing.
I appreciate the candor. I
just
appreciate the
give you a heads
authenticity
up.
here. No, I love this. I'm glad you didn't tell us beforehand.
I just didn't sleep at all last night.
I love leaning into how you feel, who you are. I love this.
You know what I feel right now?
What?
Annoyed with a lot of things.
I'll shut up then.
Because I'm tired.
I derailed the show.
No, I'm happy that you did. I'm happy that you did because it gives us the opportunity to talk about storage units, which I'm very passionate about.
Me too, brother.
And
we should invest. 100%. We should invest.
Yes, but let's
We
take
can
that
open a
offline
chain.
because I don't want anybody else to do it.
Well put.
I don't want anyone else to discover the secret of storage units.
Of printing money.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. All right, a lot of stuff to get to. Let's jump right into first things first. Power. Everybody's losing power. Did you lose power this weekend? Knock on wood. I assume that's
I
a
did
no.
not. And I drove through some dark sections of our community as I was coming home from it. I dropped my kids off at the airport. I picked them up, rather, at the airport Saturday night, late Saturday night.
Sure.
My oldest and her husband came back from a little trip. And I'm driving through dark neighborhoods, no power, traffic lights, four-way stops because nothing's lit up. Just dreading that I'm going to get home to a cold, dark house covered with branches and debris, which I did find, but we never lost power.
That's great. That was my big. We flickered. My power flickered. Laura, did you lose power? Everybody lost power. It
No,
seems. None of
but
us.
every time we have a windstorm like this, I do lose power because some bright person put my power lines directly through a row of trees.
Smart.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the power lines were there first. They were put up in 1645.
And the
I
trees
believe.
just grew.
Trees grew
Yeah.
around them.
Those
250,000
trees.
250,000 people lost power. In this storm.
This is Maple Valley resident Jimmy Wold, who lived in the neighborhood for 50 years. He talks a little bit about, I guess this happened a lot in Maple Valley area, so let's hear from Jimmy.
You could hear the trees whistling and blowing and limbs flying around. Nice to have the trees, but boy, they could be a pain in this time of the year. Years ago, it used to happen quite a bit out here because there's more trees than that. But it hasn't happened for quite a while. This is as long as it's been off for a long time.
Wow, listen to that guy. That's the voice of experience.
Yeah, he's been
right
around a while.
Oh.
I wish Jimmy would speed it up a little bit. So he's been in the neighborhood for 50 years, so he's probably an 80-year-old man. Yeah.
Probably so.
Dangerous to do interviews with 80-year-old men.
Really?
Slow.
They'll talk to you forever.
Forever.
You know, when I planted that tree over there and watched it grow, lived under its shade, and had my my oldest child's communion under that tree right there, and now it lost most of the limbs.
We buried a cat under
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at the loss of a pet.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was a joke. Laughter was the correct response.
No cats were harmed in the making of that joke, Spike.
They weren't.
Thank goodness.
So Jimmy's still around. He's still doing it. Let's see. No power means no heat.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
Jeez, Jimmy again?
We got a wood stove downstairs that helps a little bit.
But we're on a well, so we don't have water. And so sometimes we want water when we think we're going to lose
Oh, that's
power.
right. If you're on a well, because you got the pump. The pump is
I
powered by
I
electricity.
never thought about that before.
Yeah, that'd be a pain.
I thought people just still lowered a bucket down,
Yeah,
brought
that's
it
right.
up.
Just sucked it up.
You know, right? Make a wish, throw a penny in, you know.
Like those old school pumps
Right.
they used to have. So a lot of people were without power, but they've got it mostly turned back on. I did see that somebody died. I think they had it at the top of the hour news break.
It was a
Halloween celebration, and it
Right.
crashed down in Roy. We lost a tree in our backyard.
Did you?
We lost one, but it wasn't like,
No
it wasn't-
damage?
No damage. It just smashed into other trees.
Yeah, we lost a fence.
Did you really?
We lost a fence and no limbs. My wife gets up and looks at me Sunday morning. She looked out back, and there's two sections of our fence in the rear of our yard just completely blown over.
Sure.
And nothing hit it except the wind. I mean, the wind literally pushed down the posts and took down two sections of fence.
Kids love power outages. My kids love power outages. They're always rooting for it. And I'm like, no, it sucks. You don't want to be without power. Because then, it's just harder for parents. For kids, it's just great.
You insulate them from any real harm or danger.
You make them hot chocolate and they get all cozy, and it's a wonderful memory for them.
And plus, you're the smartest parent I know, Legos, right? Never need power.
Yep.
Legos never need to be recharged.
Just get a flashlight.
Yep.
Kids will play Legos all day.
Did you guys not get a generator last year? You talked about getting a generator
We got
last
one.
year.
Yep.
Okay, good. There you go.
Yep.
Look smart.
Yes, we're a little insulated from it. So if it happens, but it didn't happen to us. But if it did happen to you, condolences, and hopefully it's back on now because it's no fun to be without power. Can we talk a little bit about this Louvre heist? This is just a perfect transition. Let's go to Paris and talk about this Louvre heist because they now have suspects in custody.
Was it a week ago today when this story was making its way around the planet?
A week ago today, that's right. Last Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m., two suspects on a moving truck climbed their way up to the second floor of the Louvre.
Lifted. We're lifted up.
Yep, in a like a cherry picker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Slowly goes up. they rob the joint, slowly go down. We had a video that we played of them going down. It was hilarious because they're just very, very slow.
Slowly making their escape.
It's like Jimmy in Maple Valley, that old dude. Just very slow, making their escape. Then they jumped on motorcycles and just zipped out of there in Paris, and police had no idea where they went. And now they say they have arrested 2 people in the ongoing search. Now, there was 4 of them involved in the incident, but 2 of them, they have arrested 2 people. So here's what we have about this. The Associated Press spoke to an official who is not authorized to speak publicly. So there's a little controversy in this information being leaked. But French media, BFM TV and Le Parisien newspaper reported 2 suspects have been arrested, taken into custody. Both were known to police, and one was arrested as he attempted to board a plane bound for Algeria. I believe he was at Charles de Gaulle Airport. And if you've ever flown through there, he might have died of old age just being at that airport. Have you ever flown through there?
No, but my kid has, and it's massive.
It's massive, and flights are canceled all the time because it's just people miss flights all the time because it's 1 million miles long. But he was arrested on his way on a plane bound for Algeria. There was another person who they found thanks to DNA that was collected. These geniuses, for as dumb smart as their caper was,
right?
They left behind a helmet apparently that they wore
with their initials written on it, so you could tell whose helmet was whose.
If lost, return to. And they had a bunch of hair DNA samples that they pulled off like 150. They said, I think they said 152 different DNA markers, and they traced it back to a couple of folks who they say now they're in custody for allegedly having done.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a big deal. It was really interesting because I saw in the New York Times, they spoke to a former jewel thief. Did you read this story? They spoke to a former jewel thief about this. We're actually trying to get this guy on the show. His name is Larry Lawton. He served 11 years in federal prison for a bunch of jewel heists, $18 million in stolen jewels throughout his career. And he says, I know the adrenaline rush. I know that you have to, I know how you have to time it. You can get discombobulated if you don't understand what you're doing. And he thinks that this was an inside job. He says, let me tell you what, they had an inside person. An inside person doesn't mean that they even know him. Could be a girlfriend who's a tour guide, and she knows, oh, where is it? He says that he's almost positive that it would have been very difficult to pull this off unless you had somebody on the inside giving you information. But again, maybe not even an inside person working with you to rob the jewels.
Right, but somebody that knew the lay of the land, the schedule of the tours, the schedule of the guards.
Exactly.
What protocols are maybe?
Maybe the protocols, because the thing that was confusing about this crime, remember, is when they first went up on the little loader,
right,
and they got to the window, they had to cut their way into the window with their steel cutters. They had no weapons. They were armed with electric steel cutters, or grinders.
Like a grinding wheel, right? Yeah, they used to cut through locks.
They got in. And then there was, I believe, like 5 or 6 security guards who just helped usher people out of the room, which to me is.
They knew they were French. Yeah, come on, they knew who they were robbing.
Very French.
Yeah.
But the confusing part is that how they would know that the security guard's protocol would be to just walk away.
Surrender any property. It's about safety and life.
Yes.
Right?
Wouldn't you just assume that somebody would approach you from the security team that would say, hey, guys.
Say, fellas.
Yeah.
Don't you usually do this cleanup and maintenance after hours?
Some comical tap on the shoulder as they're trying to cut into the Crown Jewels case. Like, hey, is there...
I have a key if it would help.
Do you have a permit to be doing this? Yeah, you're right. I have a key.
I have a key. If you're here to dust.
Don't ruin the case.
You're here to dust the jewels. Okay, great.
What do you think of that theory?
Didn't Louis give you the key?
Yeah. What do you think of that theory that it was an inside job?
I think it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I mean, to be so brazen as to pull up in a bucket truck during business hours, lifted to the second floor, and not think you're going to draw like
a ton of
attention. Excuse me.
Yeah.
A couple of excusez-mois from security on site.
Yes.
Yes. Somebody knew how they would handle. There's probably a plan in place for these type of events,
That's right.
Did you read your "What Happens If We're Getting Robbed" handbook? First thing you do is surrender.
It's very strange.
Right? Take all the tourists to safety.
Yeah. The investigator says they're not happy that the info was leaked. I'm going to read you a little bit from the New York Times piece. They said
the info of the arrests.
The info of the arrests.
Okay.
Investigators from a special police unit in charge of armed robberies, serious burglaries, and art thefts made the arrests. In her statement, she rued the premature leaks of information, saying it could hinder the work of over 100 investigators mobilized to recover the stolen jewels and apprehend them all of the perpetrators.
I understand that too, because if you're there's a 4-man job, maybe with somebody else included on the peripherally.
Yeah.
And now you got news that 2 people have been popped.
Now you're
going quiet.
You're going to get rid of the evidence,
or you're going underground.
Exactly.
Right. You're laying low. You stopped any efforts to move the jewels, move yourself.
They also are still speculating that this was a hired job. So somebody hired these geniuses to go in here and take these jewels. Now, they got away with it. They did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
They left a helmet behind, so that wasn't smart.
But and their own hair.
And their own hair. But they are speculating that somebody hired them to do the job. And so these thieves, they may not even know who the person was that hired them. So, like, the odds are that they get these jewels back. I still feel like it's pretty small.
Yeah.
Unless they're just in a trunk somewhere waiting to make an escape. Because I imagine Paris is pretty locked down from this sort of thing.
You would think. Baggage is being checked.
I would have imagined that the jewels were safe on the second floor of the Louvre as well. So I don't want to give them too much credit.
That's fair.
Weird. What a strange story. It's fascinating.
Wouldn't it be wild though if they're tucked away somewhere, and the thing about conspiracies, you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What if one of these, now that people have been caught, maybe the other 2 guys get, I don't know, silenced? You tighten up some loose ends, and these things are sitting somewhere hidden, and they won't be found for 20.
They might be at the bottom of a river.
20, 30, 40 years. Somebody finds them by accident.
What is that river in Paris? It's the Seine?
The Seine.
Might be at the bottom of the Seine.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very crazy story. Did you ever see a movie with it was De Niro and Ed
Norton.
Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Was it called The Heist?
I believe it was. I believe it was called The Heist, I believe.
And he plays like a person who has he pretends to be somebody with mental disabilities.
He's an up and coming guy, and he's showing off to De Niro on the streets with the whole "Can you help me?" And he's intellectually challenged.
Sure.
I guess the right way to put this.
Sure. Yeah. And then it's like an inside job, and they and it's about the escape. But then it's also about, is there a weak link, and can you lean on that person?
That's always the case.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. We'll keep following that for you. Absolutely. All right. Real quick, before we get to the break here, we're going to talk about something next that I am shocked hasn't gotten more local news coverage. Okay. Charlie Harger had that story last week.
Yes.
About the convicted child rapist in Auburn who, upon his release, was then kind of welcomed back with open arms into the community and was working for several local campaigns, for a public school event, for a public school campaign, I think a levy campaign for the Elm School District.
A dozen different campaigns and initiatives.
People running for like council positions and school board things.
So the convicted child rapist got out shortly, got out after a very short time in jail, thanks in large part due to the well wishes and warm words from the city mayor.
Who was on with us. We're going to dive back into all this because I was rereading the story today, and I've been seeing a frightening thing that's happening. I want to bring this to people's attention because it's a really good example of how the news can just look the other way when it decides it doesn't want to do a story.
Yeah.
And I don't know any other explanation for what's happening specifically with this story than them just deciding to look the other way. So we'll make our case when we come back, and we can discuss it. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. I don't know, Spike, but we'll talk about it when we come back. You guys can text us at 888-973-5476 and
tell us where you've heard about this story.
Yeah.
About this convicted child rapist.
And we've reached out to the Auburn mayor, who was on with us.
Yeah, immediately before the story was broken by Charlie Harger.
Yeah. So we're going to get into all that next. Stick around. We'll be right back.
A KIRO Newsradio exclusive.
This is Charlie Harger. I've spent the past 6 weeks investigating a story involving a youth pastor, child abuse, a mayor, and a name change, all while civic leaders appear to look the other way.
I've read the police report. It is horrible. It is sickening.
There's some level of calculation there.
You have to make it right.
How does no one have a problem with it?
Watch the full story at mynorthwest.com and the KIRO Newsradio YouTube page.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Are you looking at senior living options for you or a loved one? If so, you likely have many questions like, what can I afford? How long will my savings last? And if I run out of money, will I have to move out? If these questions are weighing on you, I'm here to talk you through different solutions. Hi, I'm Amanda from Care Partners Senior Living. At Care Partners, we're focused on offering high-quality, compassionate care at very affordable prices to help stretch and preserve your assets. And if you ever run out of funds and need to convert to Medicaid, you won't have to move. We have vibrant communities throughout Western Washington, Spokane, and Arizona offering independent, assisted living, and memory care. Our caregivers are some of the most loving and genuine people you'll ever meet. Stretch your assets, preserve your estate, and never worry about moving. That's peace of mind in the Care Partners Living difference. Learn more at carepartnersliving.com. Care Partners is excited to announce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, Snohomish, and North Creek Bothell. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
The John Curley Show.
I can't wait till I get a little older, be the really crotchety old guy, getting close to being eccentric. As my mom used to say, I don't make enough money to be eccentric. I'm just middle class crazy right now.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Hey, it's John Curley with some great news. If your home's heating or cooling is uneven, noisy, or expensive, listen up. The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump System from Home Comfort Alliance is changing the game. It gives you room-by-room control and next-gen efficiency, so you're only heating where you need it. That means real comfort and real savings, and every quilt system qualifies for max tax credits. Trusted for 50 years. Call the comfort people today at HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Do you know someone whose everyday actions make Washington stronger? Someone whose care, service, and connection lift us all. They're Washington's community champions, and WSECU wants to celebrate them this fall. Steve Rabel here. WSECU has been serving Washington since 1957, and they're the only credit union named Forbes' Best Credit Union 5 years running. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your Washington community champion today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
Carpoolers using the SR 167 Express toll lanes now need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Having Good to Go always costs less than pay by mail. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
One day, the words on the page blur. You hold the menu a little farther away. It's subtle until it's not. At Near and Far Vision Partners, we help you see clearly, near, far, and in between. Expert surgeons, advanced technology, sharper focus for every moment. Schedule your complimentary consultation at nearandfarvision.com or call 425-900-2414. Near and Far Vision Partners in Bothell.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch.
That could have been me underneath the tree.
A falling tree kills a man and injures half a dozen people at a park in the Pierce County town of Roy, where people had gathered for a Halloween party. It happened as storm systems swept into the Puget Sound region over the weekend. Power was knocked out to tens of thousands, while snow in the mountains caused spin-outs and delays. This driver telling KIRO 7 TV.
Just a little slushy. I mean, it might accumulate a little bit more later today, so I'm glad we're driving over now and kind of getting past it early before. I always feel like the first couple snows, people are getting used to driving again.
Traction tires are advised on Stevens and Snoqualmie passes. Category 5 Hurricane Melissa is barreling towards Jamaica, where National Hurricane Center Director Michael Brennan is forecasting severe conditions.
In Jamaica, do not venture out of your safe shelter. Catastrophic, life-threatening flash flooding, numerous landslides are expected today through Tuesday. The wind threat is going to dramatically increase overnight and early Tuesday with catastrophic winds in the eye wall, where that comes on shore, potentially causing total structural failure.
The system is moving so slowly it could sit over the island for 24 hours. Some U.S. Navy ships have been repositioned to avoid the hurricane's direct path, but they're still on deployment near Venezuela to deter drug trafficking. The vessels include the aircraft carrier USS Gerald Ford. CBS's Charlie D'Agata.
They have sent the kind of military assets into that region if you were about to prepare for something like land strikes.
U.S. forces have hit at least 10 boats. The Trump administration claims were carrying drugs. 43 people have been killed. Washington Congressman Adam Smith, the top Democrat on the Armed Services Committee, strongly objects to the action.
It is the President of the United States deciding to be judge, jury, and executioner when there is not an imminent military threat to the U.S. This is an incredible expansion of presidential power.
President Trump has designated drug cartels terrorist groups that he says Americans must be protected against. A fighter jet and a helicopter from an aircraft carrier homeported at Naval Base Kitsap crashed into the China Sea within half an hour of each other yesterday. All crew members were safely rescued. The USS Nimitz is on its way back to Bremerton after spending most of the summer in the Middle East protecting commercial ships from Yemen's Houthi rebels. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 283 points. NASDAQ ahead 395. KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Lori.
405 northbound, right at 44th. We have a new collision. That one's in the HOV lane, making your drive Renton to Bellevue about 14 minutes. That's 3 minutes longer than usual. Southbound I-5, the off-ramp to State Route 18, we have a collision. That's just partly blocking the ramp. We still have the right lane blocked northbound I-5 in Seattle, right at I-90. Federal Way to Seattle, you're going to see a 4-minute delay. Seeing a little bit of a slowdown approaching 167 at the bridge. We still have lanes blocked. Seattle to Everett, a 25-minute drive. And as Heather mentioned, traction tires advised on Stevens Pass. No restrictions on Snoqualmie, but it is snowing on both passes. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies with highs in the mid-50s. It's 51 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Before we went on the air, Spike, you and I and Laura, we were kind of chatting at our desks, trying to figure out what to talk about today on the show. And one of the things that I've been seeing, so there's a big contrast between what you see on social media and what is covered in local news by local news stations.
Yeah.
Not KIRO, because we're doing a great job here, but other local news stations.
Okay.
And I'm talking specifically about the story that Charlie Harger had last week about that convicted third-degree child rapist who admitted to guilt, was sent away, was released after serving time, and then
was sentenced to a very what some people feel is a very soft sentence.
Very soft. He only spent 6 months locked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's only locked up for 6 months. He then gets released. He does a name change, which is a no-no. You're supposed to inform people you're changing your name.
Yeah, the name change isn't the problem. It's as you said, there's a requirement under state law as a sexual offender.
Because you don't want to be skirting that rule.
Exactly.
So people know that you're a person who's unsafe, and they should be made aware. And if you're changing your name and representing yourself as somebody else, then that's a problem.
You're required. Yeah.
So that apparently didn't happen, according to the story, at least in the timeliness that it needed to legally. And the strange part was this guy was just welcomed back into life with open arms under this new name. But it seems like, because he looks like the exact same person, he's in the same community, that the people who hired him for things like school board or school levy campaigns,
right?
School board races.
Yeah, various elections
city
and
council
propositions.
Member stuff,
Yeah, everything that went in that community is asked the public to make decisions.
This guy gets hired to work for them under this new company that he started called, I believe it was called Sealy.
Jay Sealy, right?
Yeah, it was called Sealy Communications. Let me pull up the name here, make sure I have
Say CD or Sealy?
Sealy.
Okay, I'll make sure I type it in correctly.
Yes, under Sealy Media. Josh Headley was the guy who was convicted. Was convicted of rape in the third degree, rape of a child in third degree. He was released in 2023, and then hired under Sealy Media because he started representing himself as Jay Sealy under Sealy Media by a number of folks in that area. And the thing that's confusing to me about this is this seems like kind of a big story. It's a shocking story. I'm shocked that these public officials feel like they can hire this guy. Like, if I'm trying to get a school campaign off the ground and raise money for a school levy, I don't hire a convicted child rapist to do that project.
And that's I think where most of the questions for me personally fall into place. Like, how do these folks not know?
How did they not know?
It's not a small community, Auburn, but it's not like you're not like you're in Gotham City where there's 1,000 different options for media.
It's not like this guy was unknown to this community before he was arrested.
Correct.
Let me read you some of from Charlie's story, because this is the part that just drives me crazy. Okay, so he gets a letter from the Auburn mayor asking for a leniency.
This was after conviction and prior to sentencing.
After conviction, prior to sentencing, yes. Okay, so let me read you a little bit of this here. Headley served 6 months. His return to public life was immediate and apparently with open arms from the Chamber of Commerce and the political community. Just 2 months after his May 23 release, a new business, Sealy Media, was formed. His name appears nowhere on state license. Then he gets hired by these people. He looks like the same guy, except he's changed his haircut. When he went in, he had kind of a high and tight.
Yeah, he had a shaved side, kind of a pompadour on top. And the new guy, by the way, it's
long.
He looks long. He looks like he's loading amps at a Pearl Jam show. I'm not. And
100%.
He could be any grade.
No, he does.
He looks like a roadie.
He looks like Meatloaf.
Right.
You know who Meatloaf was?
Yes, I do. And he looks like Meatloaf left on the counter for 3 days. He's wearing a flannel shirt with the sleeves cut off. He's got long hair down past his chest.
And the thing that's
complete transformation from a visual perspective on this guy.
I can't say this with certainty, but it seems to me like the people who hired him knew of his background and still hired him. I don't know that that's the case. But
that's where the gray area lies.
Here's my question. He was awarded an award by the local chamber there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's well known to the community. This is before he was locked up.
Before he was convicted, yeah.
So how is it that afterwards he comes back and starts working for these very same people connected to the chamber and many other places, and people say that they just didn't know?
That's what we're hearing. And no one's responding, by the way, to this story. The various people we've reached out to haven't responded to the story. We're trying to get back to the mayor of Auburn.
Yes.
A little clarity on the story
why
about
did she send a letter
how this
on his
community
behalf?
this guy is so entrenched in this community from a media perspective. He's leading all these different campaigns. But when you brought the story this morning, you said the same thing. How come this story isn't?
Why isn't local news covering this
everywhere? How come it's
everywhere?
Not, right.
It should be a really big local story. This is clearly a guy that people should be aware of. It's also very concerning that the people who are running things in Auburn are comfortable turning their eyes and looking away as they hire this guy again.
We're
How
talking,
could you hire this
there's
guy?
at least 20, because this is from the website of J. Seeley Media, with over, there's 20 here, 16 different, these are our valued clients.
Associated with him, yeah.
One or two, okay, you didn't know. Everybody in town who had a media job went to this guy, it seems.
It seems to me, and he was originally a pastor. The crime was originally, he was a 27-year-old pastor at the time. He was charged with, and it was reported that he groomed and sexually assaulted a 15-year-old girl that he was mentoring. Also, why a 27-year-old pastor is mentoring a young female is, I don't know in what church that even exists. Apparently that happened here. Super bad idea, and should not have happened, because this very thing could happen like this. He could do something horrible, which he admitted to. So the rape was reported in 2018, but he did not lie low. This is all from Charlie's story. This is all public information now. People know this, and still they hired the guy, and still no local news outlets are covering this, save for us. Go tell me where else you saw it other than on social media.
Even the local paper in Auburn.
Local papers aren't even covering it. Listen to this. While under active investigation after this allegation that he raped a child, he applied to be the chaplain for the very same police department who was investigating him. Obviously, my theory on that one is he's trying to ingratiate himself with the people who are working to, his case. In January 2020, he was formally charged with rape of a child in the 3rd degree, yet even after being charged, his public ascent continued. That same month, January of 2020, he filmed the Miss Auburn and Miss Auburn teen pageants for the Auburn Examiner. Again, this is more than 2 years after that rape was reported to the police department. In November 2020, while awaiting trial, the Auburn Area Chamber of Commerce presented his organization, Revive Church, with its Nonprofit of the Year award. Again, this is how many months after? 11 months after he had been formally charged? They're handing out an award? How's that even possible? And then you look at the ties to his wife and the Chamber of Commerce, and suddenly things start making more sense. And yet, no local news organizations are picking this up.
I'm looking at the Auburn Examiner's website today, still nothing. I thought maybe by the time we had...
Why would you turn a blind eye to this? Why would you just ignore this story? That's what I don't understand. If your community is less safe, if you have people in your community acting in bad faith...
Maybe they're embarrassed. They're one of the ones that hired this guy to do publicity for these various events.
But the local news, why would the local news not want to report on local politicians hiring this guy? Doesn't that seem to me to be highlighting people who have bad judgment?
Seems like basic journalism 101.
Unless they want those people to win those races and those elections, and unless they want those things to move forward, then they just don't want to highlight something that's completely embarrassing. Why else would they not pick that up? Well, that's obviously the only answer, right?
Are there still active campaigns that J. Seeley Media is working to get across the finish line? His election day is what, a week away?
His company has now disappeared from the internet, according to Charlie's story. So you can only read about it at mynorthwest.com, or if you see it on social media, which just links back to Charlie's story. But I just find it really fascinating. You have local news organizations who are just looking the other way, completely ignoring a very serious story, and I think it should be highlighted more. So we want to, and it's confusing to us. We're also trying to get the mayor of Auburn back on. She came on with us as this whole thing, as Charlie was investigating this whole thing. She came on with us, and we were very happy when she, was very vocal about not wanting the South Hill rapist living in Auburn. You remember he was going to be moved to Auburn?
Absolutely.
When Federal Way said no?
When they had no knowledge of it. So the mayor stepped up and said, not in my community. It's my job to safeguard my community.
She was very vocal about that. But at the same time, this stuff is happening in the background. It just it feels very confusing to me. I'd like some clarity. So we've reached out to the mayor of Auburn. Hopefully she'll come back on and explain a little bit of this to us. And just watch this. This is why social media can be very valuable. As much as it sucks for everything else and it's a time waste, it can also be a great way to get your news, because you're getting information that media just chooses to not cover. And the idea that media, that local media or national media are not biased is a joke. They totally are. They're happy to look the other way when they don't like the story. All right, we got a lot more fun stuff coming up. Spike, you did something really interesting and fun, right? For your wife's birthday?
Yeah.
And kind of disturbing?
A little bit. A little bit.
All right. You're going to tell us about that when we come back. Yeah. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Seattle's morning news.
Hi, I'm Charlie Hart.
And I'm Amanda Factor.
1 week to Election Day, and in my commentary at 7:35, we explore the campaign of Katie Wilson for Seattle mayor.
The government shutdown almost 4 weeks old.
New York Times investigative reporter David Barenthold on the fallout.
All the day's top stories and Sully with traffic every 10 minutes.
Join us tomorrow 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Once again, homeowners have voted Valentine Roofing the best roofing company in the Pacific Northwest. That makes 3 years running. That's why I'm confident that when that red Valentine van pulls up to your house, you're going to get the Valentine experience, which is what I got. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and a team that always goes the extra mile. Valentine Roofing helps you protect what matters most, and they back every new roof with a lifetime guarantee. Those are magical words, lifetime warranty. But they do more than just roofs. If you need gutters cleaned or installed, attic insulation, even exterior cleaning, custom holiday lighting, you can count on the pros at Valentine. And if you have a leak and you need help now, Valentine has a leak stop guarantee. They'll stop the leak in your old roof for free until your brand new Valentine roof can be safely installed. Because Valentine doesn't just replace roofs, they protect homes, and they start protecting yours the moment you call. And with flexible financing options, including 0 down and 0% interest, taking care of your home has never been easier. Call 206 Roofing to get your free estimate today. That's 206 Roofing.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300, 206-656-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Why is K2 Vision RLE a permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers? How is it that you'll never develop a cataract after K2 Vision RLE? And how is RLE different from LASIK?
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. We'll answer those questions and others when you join us for our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Andy, what are some of the other questions you hear?
Well, how long is the procedure and recovery? Or who's a good candidate for RLE?
And we'll also answer, how much does RLE cost? Is there financing available? Does insurance pay for RLE?
Find out how K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers.
And cataracts too.
Right, no more cataracts.
K2 Vision's free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Space will be limited, so register now at k2visionrle.com.
Join us at our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Sign up at k2visionrle.com.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things have changed, and some things haven't. Using those lanes without a good-to-go account means you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. You'll always pay the lowest toll rate with good-to-go. No change. Carpoolers now need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Does a good-to-go pass still save you $2 on every toll? Definitely not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com. Free Flex Passes while supplies last.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike, you did something very, very strange over the weekend.
We celebrated my wife's birthday.
Yes.
I know.
That's not the strange thing.
That's not the strange part. In the truly unpleasant Mrs. O'Neill, when I asked her, what did you like for your birthday, and what can I get you this year? Because we've been together quite a while.
Family show.
Yeah. She wanted an experience rather than a gift. To your point, I'm
family show.
Warning, heard. She wanted to go do some blacksmithing. Right?
Okay.
I'm like, excuse me? Right. So she found this place called Lawless Forge downtown in like this.
Like with an anvil?
Yes. Laura, I shared some pictures with Laura. So me and the kids and the missus booked this little private little blacksmithing class.
Oh, and wow. You're on YouTube right now. People can watch it. That's so. If anybody was made to be a blacksmith, you look completely like a blaxmith. Well, I know you're not, but you look like it.
My hand hurts so badly today. It was about a 2-hour class, right? I brought these in. We took a half a horseshoe and made this. This one my wife wanted to make.
What is that? A throwing knife?
It's a knife made from a half a horseshoe.
Whoa.
Yeah, and we had a they do private classes, I guess there, and they do public, they do team building, right? I mean, this is an unlicensed, unregistered, untraceable weapon. My wife wants to make a weapon at this forging class, right? And that's a little weird. I mean,
this looks like an Iron Age knife. I mean,
right.
if you found this in the dirt somewhere, you'd go, "Oh yeah, this is from
there's some pictures too in there. We're talking about these forges or these I guess what do you call them?
Foundry?
Yeah, no, foundries where you pour hot metal. Anyway, the forge. It's a forge.
It's a forge. Yeah.
2,000 degrees we're dealing with, and you're getting metal like red hot. And we got great instruction. We had a blast.
So what do you? So you start with a horseshoe.
You start with half a horseshoe, so it's bent, right?
Okay.
You straighten it out. I mean, you straighten it out, and then you put a curve in it, and then you flatten it out to make a blade. Then you bend the blade around, and it was, my kids were there.
It's a good-looking blade. This looks like something you would find. It's got a heavier weight to it, but this looks like something you'd find in a prison.
Well, it's funny because he said,
like
"Don't
a shank."
Well, he said, if you keep hitting it like that, you're going to make a prison shank. We don't want to make. We want to make knives.
Yeah.
So our instructor was a guy named Spiff. He was awesome. He was funny. He was very good at what he did.
Clearly.
We had a ball.
I mean, it's amazing that you can just take a horseshoe and turn it into. Can you turn anything into a knife? I guess if it's metal.
I can.
Or if it's steel.
Right. If you're willing to put the effort in, see there. Look at that's.
How long did that take you?
About 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I mean, because that first thing was first, safety.
Sure.
Right, taught us all the peripherals.
Did you do the thing where you dunk it in the water?
In the water, yes. Well, no, not until the very last step, because once you cure it, you can't mallet. I guess it's no longer malleable.
Okay.
You can't move the metal around anymore. So I
didn't realize that. That's fascinating.
We had a ball, man.
So have you used those to cut anything yet?
Not yet. And
you want to try? You see a piece of paper right there. Would it cut paper?
It'll cut about 20 sheets of paper. Yeah, look at that. Go ahead, take a stack.
I'm gonna try.
Right. Oh yeah, it'll cut. Yeah, and that hasn't been sharpened. He just put he ground kind of a bevel to it at the end of the session. And we're it's great.
It stabs paper pretty well.
That was one of the directions. This is make the stabby part.
Yeah.
He said no one's gonna you walk and make the.
That's a really fun idea to like an experience.
Yeah, that was what I loved about the
something you've never done before.
Yeah, because I mean we all got too much stuff in our lives, right?
Sure.
So what do you want to do for your birthday? I want to do something. I told you I took her up to the Smith Tower.
Yes.
For her actual birthday evening.
Smith Tower. I'm
right. You've seen it. Yeah, right. I married a really unique lady who scares the pants off me when she says, I want to go make knives for my birthday. I'm like, okay. While she spends most of her free time watching How to Kill Your Husband TV shows.
Can we,
you know the ones.
Is she true crime?
Loves true crime podcasts.
Do you have a theory about why? Those are very popular with women. Do you have a theory why? Laura, do you like true crime podcasts?
I do like true crime.
Laura and I talked about this before. Go ahead. Why do you like it? Turn your microphone on.
Your microphone's off.
Because there's the bad guy. Podcast about true crimes, the bad guy always gets caught in the end.
Mm-hmm.
There's this resolution that crimes against women
yes,
are
and that's
solved.
because I hate mysteries. I hate when it's unsolved.
Right.
So it makes you feel safer to listen to it? Or
it makes me feel prepared, I guess.
Yeah. So you know what to look out for.
And there's like a justice being served, ideally. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that women like it so much.
They love that kind of stuff, especially the one I married. She's crazy for violence, I guess. I don't know, and weapons.
Clearly, she's spending her birthday making sharp knives.
Well, you know what, though? She likes to go out in the woods. And do you ever know what geocaching is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Melissa, though truly unpleasant, loves geocaching.
Sure.
So
does she go with knives?
Yes,
she must,
does.
Because you don't know who's going to be out there.
And not just these. This is something to open Amazon boxes. That's all this is ever going to be.
I don't know. You could carve a pumpkin with this. I was actually thinking later in the week, you and me could compete at carving a pumpkin.
Oh, I love this.
On the commercial breaks on the YouTube.
Okay.
And then you can use your knife.
Week of. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do it in the studio for the cameras.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
I'm not going to do it outside.
Can Laura play too?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really good. I don't know if you guys want me to be involved.
I do.
I'll probably
yes,
sleep.
we do. All right, we'll compete with that later this week. We got to go. We'll be right back.
Touchdown Seahawks! Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football.
Number 54, Bobby Wagner, linebacker, one of the finest of his generation. He set just about every tackling record that can be set. He was the heart and soul of one of the best defenses to ever play in the National Football League.
Since the beginning, KIRO is where Seattle and the Pacific Northwest have heard the Seahawks play. Here's to the next 50 years.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Oh, hey, remember those yodelers we met in the Alps? I wired them euros from the bank and they sent me their yodels in a can.
You wired money for canned yodels? That is so dumb. Banks are slow and they hide fees and overseas transfers and exchange rates.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
If you're gonna send money to Europe, just use Wise. Wise is super fast and never hides fees.
Smart. You can save up to 70% when you send money abroad. Be smart. Get Wise. Learn more by visiting wise.com. T's and C's apply.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Apollo Plumbing.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Say what?
You're donating service fees.
To Seattle Children's.
All month.
All the way to $20,000.
Right. That's my problem.
Huh?
Your plumbers cleared my drain last month.
Right.
And already replaced my water heater last summer.
And?
Now I have no reason to call Apollo Plumbing.
And yet you are.
I want to help you help Seattle Children's.
But
I don't need a plumber right now.
Oh, so we can't donate your service fee.
Right.
Got a fix for that.
How?
Visit our website.
Because
we have a donation link there.
Helping Seattle Children's?
Helping them provide patient care, support research, and ensure no child in need is ever turned away.
Love that.
Even if you do call Apollo for help, and we donate your services fee.
Could I donate even more?
Exactly. Benefiting Seattle Children's Hospital.
All this month.
All their service fees.
All the way to $20,000.
Maybe even more with your help.
That's so Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Get a quote today at Progressive.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Jamaica is bracing for a powerful hurricane. Melissa could be the most devastating storm to ever hit the island. The country's education minister, Dana Morris-Dixon.
Every part of Jamaica is going to be affected. There is a lot of rainfall that is projected.
Authorities have urged people to move to safety. Our Jason Allen reports from Kingston. Many are ignoring those warnings.
We've seen some other people who have come down from maybe their homes in the mountains and they're staying at hotels in the city. But there are hundreds of shelters open and only a few hundred people spread among all those hundreds of shelters. So we're getting the sense that most people are trying to ride this out where they live.
Day 27 of the government shutdown and the impacts are growing. There are more flight delays today, nearly 3,000, as air traffic controllers face the prospect of missing their first full paychecks tomorrow. And the administration says food assistance could end on Saturday. That would affect tens of millions of Americans. CBS's Natalie Brand reports from Washington, where World Central Kitchen started feeding furloughed federal workers today.
The need is real, especially as this drags on for weeks without any sort of breakthrough in the impasse. I asked one federal worker, when is the breaking point here? And they said they think that we have reached it, that, there are mortgages coming due, child care payments, car notes, the list goes on and on.
President Trump is in Asia, where he's expected to hold a much-anticipated meeting with China's president later this week. Nancy Cortez reports it comes after Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said some differences had been ironed out.
The U.S., for example, will not be imposing a 100% additional tariff on Chinese goods. The Chinese will start buying U.S. soybeans again. The details of this deal, however, are still under wraps. Bessent says that President Trump and President Xi will discuss the terms when they meet later this week.
President Trump announced today he's had additional medical tests. Stacey Lynn reports.
President Trump recently had a second medical exam at Walter Reed Medical Center 6 months after his physical in April. He says he underwent an MRI and called the results perfect. When asked what they were looking for, he told reporters they could ask the doctors. Traditionally, a president gets one comprehensive medical exam a year. The White House has not disclosed the reason for the second visit.
In the Middle East, Hamas is handing over the remains of another hostage. Israel's army said the Red Cross was on its way to receive the body. Stocks finished higher. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The latest on power outages after weekend storms. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Lori.
We have a new collision. It's in Tacoma, northbound I-5, right before Portland. 4 lanes are blocked, so it's backing you up all the way to the T-Dome. Again, 4 lanes blocked, northbound I-5, right at Portland. 516 eastbound, the off-ramp to North 5. We have a stall partly blocking. Still seeing a slowdown, 167 approaching the bridge. And Seattle to Linwood right now, a 15-minute drive. We still have traction tires advised on Stevens Pass. No restrictions on Snoqualmie, but it is snowing on both passes. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO Newsradio. Breaking news.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather Bosch. The axe is falling on Amazon corporate offices. Reuters is reporting the Seattle-based retail giant plans to cut up to 30,000 corporate jobs starting tomorrow, roughly 10% of its corporate workforce. No official word from Amazon, but CEO Andy Jassy has said he wants to reduce bureaucracy by eliminating some management positions, and the company's been trimming back after overhiring during the pandemic. Utility crews are making progress restoring power to tens of thousands of customers in the Puget Sound region after weekend storms. Puget Sound Energy says just over 11,000 customers are still without power. Seattle City Light has 136 customers affected. Snohomish County PUD is down to 13. The soaking rain and fierce wind toppled trees, including one that smashed into a Linwood home. The homeowner says she's just grateful everyone's okay.
Our girls' bedroom is right on the other side of the eave, same side of the house.
That was sadly not the case when a tree fell at a trick-or-treat party at a park in the town of Roy. KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson with more on that.
The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says one man is dead and up to 7 people injured, many of them rushed to the hospital.
People weren't so lucky today, and it's crazy to think that could have been me.
When Jasmine heard the sound, she grabbed her niece and any other young ones nearby.
Trying to stay calm for my niece, trying to get the kids into a safe place.
First responders helping people clean up the booths and tents that snapped like toothpicks in the park.
The victim has not yet been identified. Violence in the greater Seattle area. This morning, King County deputies say a man was shot and killed in Shoreline. Yesterday, Seattle police say a man suffered a shoulder wound after he was shot in a gas station parking lot. The SPD is also investigating a couple of non-deadly stabbings, one in Seattle's University District and one near a downtown Metro bus stop. No arrests in any of these cases. A close call for firefighters in Puyallup after a suspected impaired driver slammed into a fire truck.
The impact was brutal. An SUV's front end crumpled like an accordion. Airbags deployed, and the fire truck taking the hit it was meant to take. Parked in a spot to shield firefighters. At the scene of a small garage fire in downtown Puyallup, it happened early Sunday morning. The driver was not seriously injured. They are now under investigation on suspicion of driving impaired. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies with highs in the mid-50s. It's 52 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO Newsradio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 great hours to go. That's a promise. That's a guarantee you can take to the bank. We got a lot of stuff to get to. Spike, next hour. It's a tease ahead. It's a 1 hour tease. Next hour, we're going to talk to the chief of the Redmond Police Department, Chief Darrell Lowe. Redmond is doing something really interesting. They're using AI. There's this new program that they've started using called Long Eye, which sounds like an AI program.
They came up with the name too.
Long Eye.
Yeah, Long Eye.
Like AI came up with it. You're totally right. But it helps them speed up their process to solve crimes. And they're going to get into how AI is helping them solve crimes.
Interesting.
You know, police departments are backlogged hugely.
Incredibly.
An incredible amount of the time that they have to spend just waiting for DNA evidence to come back, things like that are just
the man hours involved in going over file after file after file, searching through.
It's the minutia that ends up people end up getting away with crimes because of the tiny little things that you think.
Awesome.
This is a new way to help speed that process up. And will it work? We'll find out. And it's interesting too because I saw this other story. We'll get into something else here in a second, but I saw this other story about a AI program that's supposed to help schools as kids come into buildings and things like that. An AI program identified something in a kid's backpack. It's like, they're like scanned backpacks.
Sure.
Identified something that it thought was a weapon, but it was actually just a bag of Doritos. And so the kid was actually arrested or detained, not arrested, cuffed by police.
Wait a minute.
Yes, you heard that right. It was a bag of Doritos, but it identified it as possibly a weapon. So the kid gets detained by police and cuffed but it's Doritos, just like probably a snack for later in the day. So it's not like AI is infallible. So it would be interesting to talk to the Redmond police chief in an hour.
Okay.
What kinds of things are they worried about? Like AI can speed things up. Is it also possible that it could do damage in some of these cases as well? So we'll talk about all that. It's just fascinating to be at the edge of technology.
That's 2 o'clock. Chief,
2
what's going
o'clock.
on? Okay.
Yeah. Redmond Police Chief Darrell Lowe is going to join us at 2. So we're very excited about that. All right. A couple of weeks ago, I want to say maybe a month ago almost, on the show, we were having a discussion, as we often do. We made a movie reference, Spike, you or I don't remember who. And Laura had not seen the movie yet. And of course, the movie we were talking about at the time was Sixth Sense. We asked her, and I actually got in trouble from this from my wife, because I asked her if she would give us her idea of, because she had never seen it. She'd seen like the first half of the movie.
I watched the first half in high school, and then I had to leave early because I had a morning soccer game.
Yes. So
I don't know. I didn't know.
15 years, you didn't know
ending.
What happened.
How did you even get to sleep that night? Not knowing. That's my first
She
question.
just didn't
What?
know. So for years, she just didn't know, and I guess she never heard through the grapevine. And so
purposely avoided.
And you did a good job for 15 years. And so I asked her on the show, I said, hey, can you just give us a guess at what you think happens to see if she'd come up with it? She stalled and would not give us an answer, which I got in trouble
Here's the thing.
from.
I thought I knew and I didn't know.
Of course you didn't know.
I thought that what should I say?
Well, say what you thought was going to happen, because Laura just finally saw Sixth Sense over the weekend. What did you think was going to happen before you saw the end of the movie?
Before I saw it, I thought that the kid was going to have been dead the whole time.
Okay.
I knew someone was dead the whole time.
Okay. Well, that's smart.
I thought it was the kid.
Smart.
Wow.
Were you surprised? And then you finally saw it this weekend.
Immediately, it's obvious who's actually dead the whole time.
When you started rewatching
when
it?
you watched it from the beginning?
Yeah.
Because you knew there was a surprise ending?
Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it yet.
I knew there was a twist ending, and I had in my head, oh, the kid's dead the whole time. And then I was like, it's not the kid who's dead the whole time.
But you knew that the second time you watched, you had a sense. A sixth sense. Yeah.
Funny you should say it that way, yeah. You know, my wife did the same thing to me. I saw The Sixth Sense without my wife initially, and I'm like, you're going to wait to see this movie. It's the most amazing movie. You're not going to believe. You're going to believe the ending. I'm not going to spoil it for you. We're watching about 3 minutes in. She goes, oh, he's dead.
I hate when people do that.
Here's the thing. If you know there's a twist ending to that movie.
No, you're looking for it.
You're looking for it, and there's so many. It's extremely obvious. His wife doesn't speak a word to him the entire time.
Well, but guys didn't notice that. Maybe it's a woman thing.
No.
Guys didn't know. I was blindsided by that.
She's crying. She's watching their
Just
wedding video on a loop.
She
pays at their anniversary dinner. He doesn't fight her on that.
But you think they're fighting. They do. He does a good job. There's clever editing. He does a great job.
That's how love dies, by the way.
Through scenes.
She shuts up. She doesn't
totally
She doesn't talk to you at dinner. She picks up her food. That's how love dies.
Let me ask you this. When you rewatched it, when he first meets the kid, what's his name? What's the kid's name? It's not Shia LaBeouf.
Haley Joel Osment.
Haley Joel Osment. Yeah.
By the way, ironically enough, that was the point his career died. That scene right there. A lot of people didn't know that at the time.
People didn't know that. That often happens with child actors.
Sure, right.
You reach the peak and the end of your career simultaneously. Haley Joel Osment, that scene where he first meets him in the in the living room of his mom's.
Second time he meets him, actually.
You're
Because
right.
I literally watched it last night.
Okay.
But yes.
And he's sitting there, and the mom's kind of Toni Collette, who's great in that movie.
Oh my gosh, she's so good.
She's just sitting there quietly, and then the kid comes in. That was clever, because you think that those two have been conversing, waiting for Haley Joel to get home.
Right.
And then he finally gets home, and then she leaves to make snacks or whatever she's doing to give the two a moment to talk. But she doesn't know he's a ghost.
She doesn't see him. She doesn't know he's there.
He's not there.
Did the movie haunt you? Did you feel scared by it?
I was not scared by it. There were a couple of good little jump scares with the ghosts once you start seeing the ghosts that Sean is seeing.
Oh, yeah.
There's some, like all the people hanging, the
Oh,
girl
yeah.
vomiting.
Ugh.
Oh, some good little.
Did you recognize all the famous actors though in the movie who were ghosts?
No.
Do you know who the little girl was?
No.
She was the what's her name? She's the girl she was on like an Orange County show. Do you remember her?
I don't remember. I'm going to watch it again.
Mika. What's her name?
Misha Barton.
Misha Barton.
What?
She was
That's a little Misha Barton.
No
the sick little girl.
And you know the guy at the beginning who's like a super skinny guy who spoiler alert, ends the Bruce Willis's life?
Yeah, Victor Gray.
Do you know who that guy is?
No, but he looked really familiar.
He should, because it's Mark Wahlberg's brother, Donnie Wahlberg.
What?
Yes.
It's Donnie Wahlberg, who lost a ton of weight.
Right.
And was actually pretty great in it.
It was fantastic.
Oh, he was so convincing.
Yeah.
I was so scared of him.
Anyway, so you were surprised by the ending.
I was surprised by the ending.
Did you enjoy the movie?
Well, no, sorry, I wasn't surprised by the ending.
Not
I
surprised.
did enjoy the movie. I was spooked by the ghosts, but I wasn't as nervous the whole time.
Yeah.
I think I had this idea that like Bruce Willis would protect the kid, and that made me less scared than the first time I'd
Sure.
watched it. I was like, oh, he's part of that world.
Yeah.
My biggest takeaway was everyone's teeth.
We're bad?
Everyone's teeth are so bad.
Well, it was the late 90s.
Well, yeah,
People had
but
different teeth
now
back then.
you can't watch a movie without everyone having the same set of shiny veneers.
Everybody has perfect teeth now. You're right.
Yeah.
I think it added to the authenticity of the
totally.
ghosts.
The movie took
Totally.
place in Philadelphia, the cradle of bad teeth. Come on. Everybody knows
The
this,
Britain
right?
of America.
Second only to Great Britain.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It is interesting, side note on the teeth. Every TV show, every reality TV show that I watch, like I'm mostly like you go watch Survivor. They all have the shiniest teeth you've ever seen.
Oh yeah. It kind of neutralizes teeth for you. Like I found myself staring at their mouths a lot more, like at their teeth, noticing it more in a way that I never did with old movies growing up.
Yeah.
Because it's just I'm so used to not seeing any character.
With
Yeah.
bad teeth.
Basically dentures everyone's wearing now.
They're
Ironic,
beautiful.
too.
They're very nice teeth, though.
Nowadays.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
everybody's
But
got lovely
ironically,
teeth.
Yeah, no
we're talking
complaints.
Talking about a
really.
scary movie and it's the teeth, right? Isn't that the hallmark of scary movies?
Is the bad teeth. Do you guys-
Dracula, pointy teeth, lots of teeth, too many teeth, 3
You're
rows
right.
of teeth,
You're
right?
right about that.
It's about teeth.
Because it's the Halloween season, do you guys watch that stuck with me hugely when I watched Sixth Sense originally.
That was 25 years ago.
I know, but I hate scary movies.
And
So
I was
this time of
thinking,
year comes
Philadelphia
around,
is
I
the
hate
worst
it.
city for that kid to be living in.
Yeah, there's
Move
so
that
much like
kid
awful
to, like,
history.
the West Coast.
Yeah, somewhere fresh.
A city that's maybe 100 years old.
Yeah,
Nothing. Poof.
yeah.
He needs to be in like a new development, like new, like
yeah,
a new
it was
house.
just a forest. Maybe he sees a deer every once in a while.
Something.
You know?
Yeah. But do you guys like scary movies? Do you watch them? My wife always wants to watch them. She's sick, and she's like, "Oh, it'd be really
Yeah, I
fun."
told you who I married. She made a knife over the weekend. My wife loves horror, loves to be
Do you
shocked.
like scary movies?
Never been a fan. Never.
I hate them.
My Halloween list is so putty. I mean, it's just, okay, let's watch Hocus Pocus. You know,
Which is a
Practical
child's
magic.
Practical
child's
Magic,
movie.
Such a good
Nightmare
one.
Before Christmas.
Filmed
You
here.
know, come on, I don't watch horror movies.
I hate
I've never been a
scary movies.
slasher movie guy.
Yeah, forget it.
And growing up in my era, it was like, let's go watch Friday the 13th. Let's go watch Halloween. You know,
Here's
Scream.
They do a good job on soundtracks, though. Here's some soundtracks. What's the best soundtrack for a scary movie? Here's a few. And you guys can vote on the text line, 888-973-5476. First one that we submit to you, Halloween. Pretty good.
Yeah.
My wife tried to make me watch this over the weekend on Friday night. She made us watch a little bit of this. And they do that slow push in at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like over the credits is just kind of a poorly cut pumpkin. And then a slow push in on a poorly cut pumpkin. It's very effective. It's very creepy.
Saw this in the theaters when it came out.
Did you really?
15 years old, and I wimped out. I was never seen in the same regard with my buddies, my community of kids. We all went to the theater and see Halloween. Just
Did you
came
walk out?
I cringed. I couldn't even watch it. I was such a wimp in the seats.
I hate it.
I've never been a fan of the slasher movie and the big
Jamie Lee
stunts.
Curtis, very young in that
right?
movie. Yeah. She's in all of them, isn't she?
She was
like
the through
1,000
line.
years
She was
old
the
now.
through line in even the very final one.
She's not 1,000 years
They
old.
must have
That's
made
not
20 of these movies.
They made a bunch, yeah. All right, here's another one, Exorcist. I've never...
See this?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Have you seen this,
one.
Laura?
No,
Yeah,
I
me
don't watch
neither.
scary
Me
movies.
neither.
I really don't.
You don't watch them either.
No. Real life is scary enough. I don't need
Andrew?
to add this to it.
You don't watch scary movies?
Not really, no.
No. Is it because you're scared of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good man. Me too. Spike, have you seen Exorcist?
I've seen it, but not. I was only 10 when it came out, so I didn't go to the theaters to see it. I saw it years later, and it's just horrifying. It's
Sticks with you,
grotesque.
right?
It really does. It's off-putting and upsetting.
Why would somebody want to watch it? I don't understand that.
That's the great. I mean, why do people live for this?
I think of it as like some people like a roller coaster. I love a roller coaster because I love an adrenaline rush, but then I get off the roller coaster and it's over. I think some people can leave Halloween and scary movies at the door. You watch it, it's a thrill, and then you just let it go. I will hold on to it for months, years. I'll have nightmares. I'll see things around the corner of my house. I can't do it. That's why I can't, because I can't leave it at the theater.
It's a $1 billion industry. Horror.
Oh, I'm sure more than that.
Billion. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they make a ton of money.
It's one of the most profitable genres of film.
They're sick. These people are sick. Nightmare on Elm Street. Never seen it, and I don't plan on it. Is this Freddy Krueger?
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. It's like he kills teenagers, right? Who have sex.
Yes. Well, first off, in all 70s horror movies and 80s, all the teenagers are having sex. That was a subliminal message to tell kids not to have
Wasn't that
sex.
subliminal?
To tell kids not to have sex at all. You will die.
It's good advice, but it's poorly delivered because it's just scary.
Well, they
as
caught
heck.
on, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, right?
It just gives me the chills. It really does. I hate it. It gives me the chills. This is more my speed. This would be this is from Nightmare Before Christmas.
This is Halloween. This is
greatest.
It's made for children. Even this movie.
I watched this as a kid and it really freaked me out.
Did it?
Yep.
Really?
It's just a bunch of dead. I don't get it. They're all dead? Is that it?
Yeah, well, no.
It's set in the afterlife and they're all dead?
They live in Halloween Town, but it's still Tim Burton. It's an animated movie, so you think it's like, safe for kids.
Yeah. But they hold up like decapitated heads and stuff
exactly.
like that.
It's a Tim Burton movie. Like, it's still a Tim Burton movie. It's great. Don't get me wrong. But I was not prepared for this at 8 years old.
You guys ever do you've been to Disneyland?
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion?
Yeah.
Nowadays, of course, it's this.
This is a big
been
thing
taken
now,
over by
yeah.
this at Disney every year. And I love this movie. I love Tim Burton. I like darky stuff, because it's kiddie. It's safe. It's
You've
tiny.
literally dressed up as characters
I've been
for Halloween,
Oogie
right?
Boogie. I've been the Oogie Boogie Man. My kid went as Jack Skellington one year for Halloween.
I saw that picture. It was very good.
But I don't. It's over marketed at Disney. It turns it into a shopping experience.
Do you think that people who are upset, what do you think it is inside somebody that gets obsessed with the darkness? Because that's the thing. There's a new series out. I don't even want to say the name of it, but I will because I see it advertised all the time. But it's on Peacock.
Cake Boss?
It's not Cake Boss, but it's almost as scary. No, but I'm being serious about this one. It's a mini series about John Wayne Gacy. Have you seen this?
No, but I think I've seen the ads for it.
And the ads are everywhere, and I've heard people talking about it, and I just don't understand why anyone would want to open up their mind to even contemplate the evil that somebody like that guy unleashed on the world. And the things that he did, the things that it's so sick. Who would spend time making a TV show out of it? And then who would sit there and watch it for 8 hours or however long the series
You know
is?
why it got made, right? Because Dahmer, the Netflix series, was massive.
And then that's the other thing.
Massive.
The Dahmer show. I don't understand that. Wasn't that guy a cannibal?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I watched, I think I made it maybe through 2 episodes of that show before I was like, you know what? I actually don't have to watch this because I do like true crime, so I thought that I
was a little too true.
Well, but
that is a rough
But
serial killer.
from the headlines, that's what people love about it. There's the element that they were solved, that justice was served. People love that.
I mean,
but yeah, how do you tune into?
I don't know
Gacy,
why.
It took forever for them to serve justice for Dahmer victims too. By the way, like justice was
And we
served,
use
but
served-
like
we're
a
not
lot
using
of
served
people.
in an ironic sense.
No.
We
Oh,
didn't
God.
mean that at all. But people, what is the fascination people
I don't
have with watching
understand
this
it.
kind of morbid, horrific, shocking, inhuman?
There's just things that that's my big complaint about the Halloween season. I like it's fun that the kids dress up and they get the candy and they do all the stuff and the traditions and the pumpkins and stuff. We did a nice thing yesterday. We went and got pumpkins. We put it off for a long time. And we finally did it, and we set up a big table, and we got all these treats.
Okay.
And we had hot apple cider, and we kind of made a night of it and for the kids, and it was fun. We got pictures. Beautiful.
Right.
And then after the kids went to bed, we watched the John Wayne Gacy show, which was a joke. Obviously, I didn't watch it.
Man, I thought my wife was troubled.
No. But I don't understand the mental thing that somebody would do to get into like an entertainment mode where you're watching it for entertainment. How sick. And I don't get it. And we're going to get hundreds of text messages from people. Probably not hundreds because we got good people who listen to the show.
Yeah, but I don't think is there anything wrong with somebody who loves that kind of stuff?
Yes, clearly.
Okay.
Isn't there?
I'm trying to find a reason that there's not, but I'm troubled by people who love this kind of stuff. My wife watches those How to Get Away with... I make a joke, How to Kill Your Husband shows,
That's
but
a
you know the
different
ones
thing.
that are out there?
How to Get Away with Murder is like a soapy, networky.
No, not that one. I mean like the true crime stuff Laura was talking about. People, where the detective shows come on and they investigate all these different cases and how people got caught. But those are just how-tos for people to not get caught. This guy made a mistake of not lining his trunk with plastic. Don't do that. Yeah. Line your trunk with plastic. Whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
People love this kind of stuff.
I don't understand the fascination with it.
I never got it. But so has been any horror movies that
question. You just asked a second ago, is there something wrong with people who like that?
There's something inside them that is being served.
There's something,
and being flirted with and nurtured and placated or whatever definition you want or whatever degree. Yeah, I think anybody who's totally into and fascinated by gore and crime and
I don't get it. I just don't get it. I can't relate with that person's mental interest, and I just go like, why are you interested in that darkness?
I mean, I love a good.
And I don't have an answer for it.
I loved Silence of the Lambs. Because it's a good psychological. It's not celebrating Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
Right? It's not even celebrating Hannibal Lecter. It's celebrating that Clarice, the backwoods,
it's also
West
fictional,
Virginia.
Right?
Yeah.
So there is an escapism to it because it's not real.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's based on some things.
But just rip from the headlines, Gacy, Dahmer.
I don't get it. But it's out now on Peacock. Check it out. All right.
We highly recommend it. And then let us know who watches so we can avoid you in
let
public.
us know. Let us know
Please.
who watches that. All right, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Am I even allowed to complain about this next thing? Can I complain about this?
Oh, is this talked about this morning with your weekend?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. I think there's.
My wife won't like this segment, but I'm going to vent.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Seattle's morning news.
Hi, I'm Charlie Hart.
And I'm Amanda Factor.
1 week to Election Day, and in my commentary at 7:35, we explore the campaign of Katie Wilson for Seattle mayor.
The government shutdown almost 4 weeks old.
New York Times investigative reporter David Barenthold on the fallout.
All the day's top stories, and Sully with traffic every 10 minutes.
Join us tomorrow, 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Looking for a high school that nurtures both the mind and spirit? Archbishop Murphy High School is where academic excellence meets faith-based education. With a 100% graduation rate and a college prep program designed to challenge and inspire, our students are prepared for whatever the future holds. But it's more than just academics. Archbishop Murphy's robust athletics, arts, and co-curricular activities ensure that every student finds their passion and thrives. Archbishop Murphy High School believes in educating the whole person. That's why we offer a vibrant campus life where students grow not only academically, but also spiritually, socially, and physically. Don't just take our word for it. See it for yourself. Schedule a visit and discover how Archbishop Murphy High School can help your students succeed. Visit am-hs.org. IRG Physical and Hand Therapy proudly supports Archbishop Murphy High School, where your story begins. am-hs.org.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security. Did you know that Halloween is one of the deadliest days of the year for DUI accidents? This is Jonathan Dichter from DUI Heroes reminding you to celebrate responsibly and drive safely. This message brought to you by your friends at DUIHeroes.com.
If anyone listening needs DUI defense anywhere in Washington, I'm going to tell you where to go. You go ahead and call 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com. DUI Heroes, your DUI defense specialist.
Care Partners Senior Living is growing. Amanda here. We are very excited to introduce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, and North Creek Bothell, bringing compassionate, quality care at an affordable price, closer to more of you. Visit carepartnersliving.com today.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. We start today with the closing bell report amid news of sweeping job cuts at Amazon. Reuters reports the company is preparing to slash 30,000 jobs. That is nearly 10% of Amazon's corporate workforce. Retail analyst Bert Flickinger.
This signals the Great Depression of U.S. retail. We've already lost 30,000 retail stores this year. Typically, we only lose about 5,000. Amazon's received 600% more subsidies than any corporation in U.S. history, $6.66 billion to build these free distribution centers.
Now, layoff notices at Amazon are reportedly coming tomorrow. Not clear yet how many workers in Washington will be affected. Meantime, take note if you need help filing for jobless benefits. The Employment Security Department is cutting call center hours. Instead of answering the phone, staff will shift to processing claims between noon and 4 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. ESD Commissioner Cami Feek says the goal is to get payments out faster.
We had to do something within our current resources to help our customers get paid and our staff to more effectively manage the growing workload.
Ongoing claims are up 20% from last year, driven by seasonal layoffs and the federal shutdown. This change is part of a 90-day pilot program at ESD. U.S. and China are near a trade deal. Both countries say they are on the same page and intend to finalize details during a sit-down meeting between President Trump and China's Xi Jinping this week. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
Feels like we're taking the temperature down. Investors love to hear that. And he mentioned that rare earth export controls that they expect China to scale back. That's why you see a lot of the tech stocks up today, because a lot of these tech chip stocks, they rely on those resources in order to build their products.
Yesterday, President Trump signed new trade deals with Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam, all part of his swing through Southeast Asia this week. At the close today on Wall Street, again, investors loving all of this news. The Dow up 337, S&P up 83, and the tech-heavy NASDAQ was up 432 points. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 1:33. Here's Lori.
A collision northbound I-5 right before Portland finally cleared the roadway with taking up 4 lanes. Tacoma to Federal Way right now, just a 1-minute delay, a 13-minute drive. 405 northbound in Bothell at 522, got a collision in the right lane. Bellevue to Everett is a 30-minute drive. That's causing about a 4-minute delay. Both directions of 167 right now, pretty heavy at Pacific approaching the bridge. And no restrictions now on I-90 or US 2 as you head over the pass. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. For today, mostly cloudy and mainly dry. We are seeing a couple of light showers, though, mainly on the east side and over the mountains right now. Tomorrow looks mostly cloudy. Same for Wednesday and Thursday. Rain returns for Halloween on Friday. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're going to talk about something in just a second. I have a personal gripe about youth sports, which we'll get into in just a second. Very relatable, I think, for lots of parents if you're sitting on the sideline and you see something that you don't like. But we'll get into that in just a second. Aaron Granillo, Spike, you were out of the room, but he was doing news, and he said he heard our last segment where we were talking about scary movies,
right?
Scary shows,
sure.
And how I said that the people who like those things
are broken
inside,
warped, dangerous,
possibly dangerous,
hiding amongst us.
Yes,
yeah.
And Aaron comes in, he goes, "I like scary things." Boo, boo. Aaron's with us now. Aaron, you think you can make a good case for what? Because you don't strike me as a person who seems like a dark soul.
Right.
You seem like an upbeat guy.
I am.
Almost hiding in plain sight kind of guy.
Right.
It's always the ones you never suspect.
Exactly.
I never suspected Aaron of liking scary things, but why do you like scary things? It's a Halloween season.
Yeah. I like stories that make me feel something. And I get an actual physical reaction sometimes to these movies. I watched one last night. I watched Weapons, which is a ridiculous story. So the movies don't necessarily...
That's the one with the kids who disappear?
Yeah, it doesn't really scare me because it's such a far-fetched, outlandish idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I still get that little tingling sensation when the scary scene comes out. And I want to feel that.
You get a tingle.
I get a tingle.
Aaron likes to tingle.
But honestly, those type of movies aren't really my jam. I like more of the psychological thrillers because those are more human-focused. Like The Shining, I love The Shining. Silence of the Lambs. Those types of movies are more my speed.
Would you watch, I don't know if you heard us talking about that new show on Peacock called It's the John Wayne Gacy Show. What's the name of the show? Can you look that up, Laura? Because I keep referencing it. So it's on Peacock right now. Yeah, the John Wayne Gacy story.
Yeah.
Is just, nobody. My wife
Devil
didn't know
in
much.
Disguise. It's called
Devil in Disguise.
Yeah.
So my wife didn't know any. I don't know how she didn't know who John Wayne Gacy was. But she goes, "Oh, what's this? This looks kind of spooky." Because she likes
I love
spooky
clowns.
things.
She says,
Yeah, well,
I love clowns.
Yeah, you're right. And so she goes, "Oh, a friend of hers recommended the show," and I was like, "Which friend? Tell me immediately right now.
Stop
We're
inviting
never
them
inviting them over to the house again." And she goes, "Oh, what's wrong with it?" And I said, "Do you know what this guy has done? Do you know what he is famous for having done?" And she didn't know. And I said, "I don't even want to tell you. I didn't want to put this information into your brain because it will haunt you for the rest of your life. Why would you watch a TV show like this? Would you watch that show?"
Probably.
Really?
I watched the Jeffrey Dahmer Monsters thing on Netflix.
The Netflix
too.
one. Was that a Ryan Murphy show?
I don't know about that.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Honestly,
Okay.
those stories, I don't know
From the guy who
why
brought
I
you
wanna
Glee?
watch those.
Yeah.
Another equally horrible horror show.
But I mean, like, I don't know, like, why do we watch any movie that has violence in it? Like I don't know, the first one that came to mind is Kill Bill, for instance. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, why? Why do we like bloodshed in movies?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a gratuitous example. That's right.
I watch, you know what I love? I love those Equalizer movies with Denzel Washington, right? Because it's justice being served.
I've never seen them. I love the Queen Latifah show.
Oh, well, but it's the TV spin-off. Are you being facetious?
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
I mean, you know, when bad guys who abuse people get their justice, their comeuppance.
Yeah.
I don't mind that violence where you
When I see
shove a
Queen
shot
Latifah
glass in the
going in
back of
there
a guy's head
and breaking up a bunch of guys and beating them up because she's such a tough guy.
Drug dealers, yeah.
That's fun. Those are fun shows. I like those, but those are fake.
Right. Well, so is Weapons. If you've watched that, it's a ridiculous story. It doesn't scare me because it's so.
Yeah, but the Jeffrey Dahmer, I'm really trying to understand your
That one's
psychology.
weird. Yeah, I don't
the
know
Jeffrey
either.
Dahmer
I
one
don't
is
know,
real.
man.
The John Wayne Gacy one is real.
I did feel.
Do you feel? Is there any party that feels guilty for watching it?
I felt guilty watching the Dahmer story.
Why?
How come?
Because it's. I don't want to say it's glorifying the story. But it kind of is.
does.
It's kind of because that's what it is. That's probably why I
faced
feel
that criticism,
guilty.
and including from the families of the victims.
Yeah,
that it was
that's
glorifying
probably
the
why
story.
I felt guilty,
Yeah.
and I did feel dirty watching it. I was like, I shouldn't watch.
I think that's a perfect way to describe it. Whenever I watch one of these things, and I try to avoid them, but whenever I do, I feel like I can't. I don't want it in my life.
Right?
You know what I mean?
I felt that way the first time I saw the movie Casino. With the violence. Well, I mean, hear me out. The violence of Casino.
Yeah.
The spoiler alert, end scene in the cornfield.
Yeah,
Right. I could have gone my entire life without seeing something that graphic.
Oh, for sure.
Well, that's I wanted to get it off.
You don't need that to become part of your
right.
psyche.
I didn't want to know people are capable of that. Same thing with Gacy. You don't want to know people.
You don't want
have
to
that.
know
In some monsters, aptly named, have that
just
inside of
living
them.
in ignorance, though. Then I know
Yes,
ignorance
blissful
is bliss.
ignorance.
I understand that,
Right.
but that's not reality. You got to know
But you
these
don't.
things.
But you don't have
that's
to.
a horrible
But it doesn't
thought.
have to be entertainment. Like there's a difference. If it's a news story and you're hearing about it because it happened, you go, "Oh my goodness! Like what can we glean from this story so that we can prevent this from happening again, or we can find out how do we identify?" Like there was a show called is it Manhunter?
Mindhunter.
Mindhunter.
You've talked about it before.
Yeah, Mindhunter on Netflix, which I thought was really good, but it was about the FBI criminal psychology department. Like what started? How do they psychoanalyze these serial killers before serial killers were even a thing? That wasn't even a term at the time, right?
Right. That's something of this generation that we've had to become part of our lexicon, part of real life, as you said.
So the FBI had to start this whole office where they looked into the psychology of what creates these people so they can hopefully identify them before they go on their crazy sprees.
And prevent future, that's
solve crimes that have started but that don't stretch out for 20 years.
Right.
That's interesting because at least it provides some insight to like how do you identify these people? How do you keep yourself safe? Which maybe goes back to what you were talking about, Laura, about like why women like true crime.
Control.
A little bit of control.
Yeah.
Keeping aware. And there is, I mean, you're gaining something from it, but just the TV shows like the Dahmers.
Yeah, I know.
The Gacy's.
I don't recommend watching
Well, we talked about roller coasters
I don't want
earlier,
you to
right?
feel bad about it.
I do feel bad.
Don't feel bad. I
No,
didn't
it's
bring
not-
in here to feel bad about it.
Yeah, you did. Come on. But roller coasters,
you
right?
called people who watch these movies what again?
Monsters,
Jake?
we called you? Unhinged?
Yes.
Unhinged.
The worst among us?
Sick monsters.
But I shouldn't feel bad about it.
But don't feel bad about it.
Okay, all right.
Just because that's what you like to do.
Okay.
It's
Don't
not
feel bad
personal.
about it.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
We're not judging. This is not a judgy show. We're not trying to judge you.
Laura said earlier about how some people like roller coasters, right? Well, yeah, cars go off cliffs, and it's a horrible, tragic reality of life. But people go on roller coasters to feel that same feeling.
Yeah, but you know you're going to be safe. And
That's it. That's
Well,
why
that's why I watch the scary movie.
Exactly.
I'm not scared
You
by
know
them.
you're safe.
I'm not scared by them.
I get really scared.
Yeah. I've never had a nightmare after one.
Really?
No.
This
After
is
that
proving my theory that you can leave it at the door. It's an
Yeah.
adrenaline rush. It's a thrill while you watch it, but
Yeah.
it doesn't follow you around the way that it does for like me or Jake.
Yeah.
I played this dumb marble game after I watched the movie. It was a little balancing marble game. It was whatever. Don't
What's
worry
that
about
Not
it.
a thought in your
Don't worry
head,
about
basically.
it. Don't worry about it. I didn't want to get
What
into
movie
that.
was
Played a
that in?
marble
What movie
game?
was
Yeah.
that in where they spin the thing and they all fall into place and the kid's like clearly possessed by Satan?
But I got my mind off it immediately. It didn't scare me. Inception.
No, that was the top. And we never got to talk about your weekend.
Oh, I could complain about
sorry.
it next.
Well, no,
Yeah.
we can if you don't mind.
I'm happy
Yeah,
to
I'd like to
complain
talk
about
about it
it
a little
next.
bit. Yeah, because I want to help you get through this.
It's about how much as a parent on the sideline, like how much you're just supposed to sit there before you're allowed to say something.
Well,
Here's my question for the audience. 888-973-5476. I need your help on this next.
Yes,
I'm sitting
exactly.
there, I'm watching. The season is unfolding in front of me. Watching my kids' football team. It's not going great.
Well, and these are important times in your kid's life.
Yeah.
With organized sports.
Yeah,
They
like-
teach life lessons.
At what point am I allowed to just, in a friendly way, it's not one of those badgering parents, make a suggestion to the coach?
Okay.
Is that even possible? Or do we just have to take it and just let them? Well, we'll talk about it next. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
The Closing Bell is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
Touchdown Seahawks!
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football.
Number 54, Bobby Wagner, linebacker, one of the finest of his generation. He set just about every tackling record that can be set. He was the heart and soul of one of the best defenses to ever play in the National Football League.
Since the beginning, KIRO is where Seattle and the Pacific Northwest have heard the Seahawks play. Here's to the next 50 years.
Psst, hey, quick heads up. If your building's over 20,000 square feet, Washington's Clean Buildings Law means you may need to meet new energy standards starting July of 2026. Luckily, Puget Sound Energy has this free program called the Clean Buildings Accelerator that makes it way easier to comply with the Clean Buildings Performance Standard. They walk you through the steps, help track your energy use, even give you plan templates. I signed up. It's simple, and it's saving me money already. Check it out at psc.com/clean buildings.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, Mike Salk here. Who's got family coming to town this holiday season? I know I do. My parents will be staying at my house for a few days over Thanksgiving. And obviously, you want to make sure your home is prepared. You want to present a warm environment. And that starts with a well-heated, properly insulated home. Make sure your insulation is ready for that challenge this year by calling Crawl Pros. They'll come to your house, just like they did at mine, do a free corner-to-corner inspection of your crawl space and your attic. If your home has damaged insulation or no insulation in the attic or crawl space, get it fixed before the cold weather really shows up. If you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could qualify to receive a rebate on up to 95% of the cost to properly insulate your crawl space and attic. Yeah, 95%. But you got to act now because many of these rebates are ending at the end of the year, including federal incentives. Call Crawl Pros. They're the crawl space experts, and learn what's going on behind that crawl space and attic hatch for free. Then see what energy rebates you're eligible for. Go to crawlpros.com.
If you're wearing glasses or contacts, but you need reading glasses or bifocals now, you need to join Drs. Kopstein and King for the K2 Vision RLE live webinar this Thursday at noon to learn about refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE. This free webinar is a perfect opportunity to meet the doctors and have them answer all your questions about K2 Vision RLE. Questions like, how much does RLE cost? Is financing available? Does insurance pay for RLE? These questions and lots more will be covered this Thursday at noon during the K2 Vision RLE free live webinar. K2 Vision surgeons have performed over 150,000 procedures. They know when RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. Plus, no more cataracts. Don't miss the free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Register at K2VisionRLE.com. K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
If you have Medicaid and are new to Medicare, you may qualify to enroll in a Humana Medicare Advantage dual eligible special needs plan with a lot more benefits like dental, vision, and hearing, along with helpful support when you need it most. Now is the time to see if you qualify to enroll. It only takes a few minutes to find out if you're eligible. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options. So this Medicare planning season, we can help you plan well. Learn more at humanaduals.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a dual-eligible special needs HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the state Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
You're halfway through a DIY car fix and boom, you're missing a part. It's okay because whatever it is, it's on eBay and it's guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love.
Guys, it's time to know your numbers and what they mean. And right now, Revive Men's Health is offering a $400 comprehensive wellness panel for just $99. Free if you start treatment. Offer ends November 30th. Book today at revivemenshealth.com. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Announcing the Royal Corgis.
What have you done?
I wired pounds to London to buy Royal Corgis.
You went to the bank to wire money for Royal Corgis?
That means yes.
You are so dumb. Banks are slow and they hide all kinds of fees and transfers.
Those mutts.
If you want to send money overseas, use Wise. It's faster and never hides fees. Oh, they're fighting, just like the real royal family.
You can save up to 70% when you send money abroad. Be smart. Get Wise. Learn more by visiting wise.com. T's and C's apply.
All right, welcome back to the show. I have a personal, this isn't even a gripe. This is I need parental help. And I need it from you, Spike, and I need it from our audience on the text line, 888-973-5476. So this weekend, we had a lot of football. I got two kids who are both playing flag football right now. They're both young. We're still on the fence about whether or not they're going to play tackle.
Okay.
Although one really, really wants to, but he's only 10. So I've been told by Brock Heward, you don't even have to address any of these issues with tackle football until they're 12 or 13 years old.
Okay.
So we have a couple years. Anywho, one of my sons, we had a doubleheader this weekend.
This weekend? Saturday.
That was the day. That was the windy day, and it was also rainy day up in Snohomish County. And so we were just driving rain. The weather, I think the weather was like 51, but it said with the rain and the wind, it felt like 42. And it felt like 42. I was freezing.
Oh, yeah.
So we're out there for 3 hours at these games. They're back to back to back. And my son's team, I'm not going to say who because I don't want to identify the coach.
Okay.
And I'm also not trying to be mean to the coach. I'm just asking about
how do you handle it as a
parent?
parent?
Eternal struggle that any parent has.
Okay.
Watching your kid and their team not doing well.
Okay.
Because at that age, you want them to see some success on the field.
Yeah.
So that they get that fire ignited in them to want to pursue it more and to be excited about sports, right?
Yeah, that's a really dangerous or gray area because see some success. A team could go, I was on a team that went winless.
Sure.
When I was 12.
You still remember it?
Winless, I remember it.
Yeah.
Because we had great coaching who gave us goals that were attainable, who showed progress, who, we didn't win a game all year. Lockhaven Condors.
You said you had great coaching?
Great coaching.
And you guys went winless?
We went winless. We played in the league way above our heads.
Okay. But it doesn't sound like great coaching.
But we had, maybe tactically the coaching wasn't great. I guess my point being.
I mean, if the point is to win a game.
Well, I don't think it is at that level.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. We had coaches that instilled in us.
A single game?
It would have been nice. It didn't happen.
Nice.
It didn't happen.
Okay.
Okay. But we had coaches that instilled in us, complimenting good technique, showing progress at a position.
Sure.
There was always an opportunity for a coach to be a good coach.
So they were still building up your confidence.
Right. And skill sets.
Yes.
And teaching us lessons. You can learn more from failure than you can from winning at some endpoints.
There are
moments.
There is an inherent value in learning to lose as a team is a lot less painful than losing on your own.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
100% I agree. That's totally a great thing about sports. It's also nice, though, to have little moments of personal victories where you feel like you made a contribution to the team, or you feel like, even as a team, getting to call it a win, that's a big deal.
Especially at the juncture your kids are. I'm not sure if it's the 10 or the 8-year-old, but they're at a point in their life where
it's the 8-year-old.
They're deciding if they want to.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I'll say it's
fair enough. I'm sure the coach who listens knows what we're talking about here. There's a point at that stage of a kid's life where they're deciding if they want to be on a team sport, on a team or not.
Yeah, going forward.
Right.
My wife is going to hate that I talked about this topic. She listens to the show, so I'm trying to ignore my phone right now.
I made him talk about this.
Jamie,
Mrs.
Spike made me talk about this.
I made him. He didn't want to.
All right. So it's Saturday. It's driving rain, pouring rain. Everybody's soaking wet. Parents are miserable. We've all been there for multiple hours now. And the team's on the field, and God bless his coach, they refuse to run the ball. They won't run the ball.
What?
They're only throwing the ball. Now, they haven't run the ball all season, and we've just been sitting there like, when are they going to run the ball?
It's a football team, right?
It's a football team.
Okay.
if you've ever watched professional football,
sometimes they
run the ball.
Yeah. Some teams win championships just by running.
I didn't play professional football, so I'm not coming at this as a person with like a deep experience with football.
Right.
But I do watch a lot of football.
Sure.
I notice that sometimes they do run the ball.
You were raised around the game.
I was
and
raised,
now your kids.
Now my kids are being raised around the game. And so as a parent, like at what point am I able to step in? And the first totally legit criticism that anybody's going to lobby against me, they're going to go, you should have coached the team if you have such an opinion. And you're right about that. I coached last season. I was not allowed to coach this season. My wife said no because we had more than...
You have too much going on.
We had all these kids who were playing, so she's like, I cannot have you coach because we have all these other kids who are not even playing. And she's like, I can't take care of them and run around all the practices. So
no, that's a genuine...
We have to divide and conquer. You can't coach this year. So I didn't. So somebody volunteered to coach. God bless him. That's fantastic.
I'm glad you said, because it takes a lot to coach a team.
It takes an effort. He's not getting paid to do it.
People who volunteer to coach little kids, no higher standard. Right there, right there.
That's great.
Yeah,
Bunch of Mother Teresas. But if they're not winning any game,
they're truly Mother Teresa.
Then, and I just don't understand.
You brought Mother Teresa to a knife fight? What?
Why would you not run the ball? That's what I'm trying to understand. And then it was so bad. So the game on Saturday.
Okay.
It's the third hour that all these poor parents, been sitting there in the rain. They never cancel football for anything. Driving rain, 40 degrees. They're losing horribly. And one of the dads on the other team who's sitting nearby, he goes, yeah, why don't these guys run the ball? And like, I turn around, I'm just like, yeah, we don't ever run the ball. He's like, why? I'm like,
And he yelled to his coach, they'll never run the ball!
He runs over and tells
I'm sure the other coach had figured it out.
They knew it already.
Right.
They already knew it.
Right.
And it's a no-win situation. Literally for the team, it's a no-win situation. But for us as parents, you can't step in because you're immediately going to be branded as a jerk.
Yeah.
Because you want to suggest something that gives the kids an opportunity to do something. I mean, 7 and 8-year-olds, that's the team. It's 7, 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
You can't Hail Mary it every time. That does not a playbook make.
No, not when
they'll
put 3 deep coverage and you're done. Yeah.
Pouring down rain. Does that make any sense to you?
No, and it does send the wrong message to a lot of those kids on that team who they're not important. They don't get to take part in an effort that helps everybody move forward.
One kid catching the ball. Right. If they catch it, God bless them. But it's a difficult position. So can I even say anything or no?
To the coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple ways to go about this. I mean, we're almost out of time.
We're out of time, actually.
Invite the coach out for a beer with a bunch of dads.
There you go.
If he doesn't get the message, put him in the trunk of your car, take him to a warehouse, take the hood off his head. He's tied to a chair.
That's
Run
Spike's
the ball.
advice. That's Spike's advice.
It's up to you, coach. It's going to go one of two ways.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here. And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms. Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years.
That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives.
We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day.
And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us. Clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations.
So next time you're at the grocery store,
skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them.
Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Metropolitan Markets, PCC, or Safeway. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro, With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Once again, homeowners have voted Valentine Roofing the best roofing company in the Pacific Northwest. That makes 3 years running. Hey, this is Jake Skorheim. I'm confident that when that red Valentine van pulls up to your house, you're going to get the same Valentine experience I did. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and a team that always goes the extra mile. If your roof is leaking, if you need new gutters, attic insulation, even exterior cleaning, give Valentine Roofing a call. You'll get a lifetime warranty on all new roofs and zero-down financing. Call 206 Roofing to get your free estimate today.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Jamaica is bracing for what could be a devastating hurricane. Category 5 Hurricane Melissa.
Based on the magnitude, we don't know what will happen. I have seen and heard that it's going to be very catastrophic.
The hurricane will make landfall in the coming hours, but Jason Allen reports from Kingston. Not everyone is heeding the warnings to move to safety.
There are shelters, but the ones we have been to have very few people in them. Most of the people around here tell us they prefer to ride it out, even though everybody is telling them this is a storm probably unlike one that they have ever seen hit Jamaica before.
It's day 27 of the government shutdown, and it's having an impact on more and more Americans, as Olivia Rinaldi reports.
This week, the food assistance program known as SNAP, which more than 40 million Americans rely on, will be cut off. The Department of Agriculture stating bluntly on its website, the well has run dry.
In Washington, furloughed federal workers got free meals from World Central Kitchen and expressed their frustration at the government.
I think the breaking point is now. We're coming up on the 30-day mark. You have a lot of things that's going to happen over the weekend. You have SNAP for some folks. You have new health care. You have 2 paychecks already, and there could be a 3rd paycheck. I think it is the breaking point, and so something has to happen and something has to give.
More flights were delayed because some air traffic controllers didn't show up for work today. In the Middle East, Hamas was handing over the remains of another hostage, but Linda Gradstein reports there are more, and Israel is growing more frustrated with the slow pace.
Israel says it believes Hamas knows where to find at least 9 of the remaining 12 bodies, including 2 dual American-Israeli citizens. According to the terms of the ceasefire, Hamas agreed to return all of the bodies of the hostages, but has said it does not know where all of them are located because of the massive destruction in Gaza.
President Trump continues his trip in Asia with a much-anticipated meeting coming up with China's president in South Korea. Nancy Cordes reports.
According to Trump's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, he had a breakthrough this weekend in talks with his Chinese counterpart after months of tit-for-tat over trade and new threats being issued by both the Chinese and the Americans. Bessent says that they are now rolling back those threats.
Investors on Wall Street cheered the news. Stocks finished higher. The Dow Jones Industrials were up 337 points. The NASDAQ was up by 432. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive. See why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive to stay protected on the road. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
Coming up, Amazon prepares for its largest ever wave of job cuts. That's after Lori at the real-time traffic desk.
Bellevue to Everett right now is a 31-minute drive, just a 1-minute delay after a collision cleared in Bothell, northbound 405. Seattle to Federal Way is a 23-minute drive, and if you're heading from Seattle to Linwood, just 15 minutes. A collision finally cleared North 5 at Portland, making your drive Tacoma to Seattle 33 minutes. Both directions of 167, still a little slow approaching the bridge, and we are seeing that there still are no restrictions on I-90 or US 2 as you head over the pass. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. One Amazon worker tells GeekWire corporate employees are on pins and needles amid news of sweeping job cuts. Reuters reports the company may lay off 30,000 corporate employees. Retail analyst Bert Flickinger.
And this is just the harbinger, the beginning of really reckless times as the retail ice age has now gone from a retail ice age to a nuclear winter.
Now, pink slips could be coming tomorrow. No word yet on how many Washington workers are being laid off. Police in Puyallup are trying to determine if a driver was under the influence when he slammed his car into a fire engine. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Firefighters with Central Pierce Fire and Rescue were on the scene of a house fire in downtown Puyallup just after 3:30 Sunday morning. A ladder truck was blocking the road, protecting firefighters, when police say a man in his 50s drove into the scene and T-boned the ladder truck, causing heavy damage. Puyallup Police Captain Kevin Gill says,
"You would have to imagine that somebody who sees a 10-ton apparatus with flashing lights and still strikes, it would have to be fairly impaired."
The man was arrested and a blood draw is pending. Fortunately, no one was injured. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Oh, no swinging or sliding at Wiggum's Hollow Park in Everett. The city's fire department says the main structure at that playground went up in flames this morning. No injuries. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. The playground near East Marine View Drive and 10th Street opened just last year. It is now closed until further notice. Seattle Police Department says it is steadily filling its ranks. SPD on pace to hire more than 150 new officers this year. Chief Sean Barnes told the Gene Ursula show last week.
I'm always pushing to do more than what the numbers show we can do. But I think we can get a net of 100. You heard it here.
Last year, the department netted just one single officer. Barnes expects better retention numbers after the police union agreed to a new contract with Seattle. The city council still needs to sign off. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We are mostly cloudy today. Some lingering light showers in spots. Tomorrow looks mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-50s. Right now, 53 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. I am very excited, Spike. It's going to be a great segment. We are very fortunate right now to welcome Redmond Police Chief Darrell Lowe live to the show. Chief Lowe, thank you so much for making the time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
So I was reading this article. This was on mynorthwest.com. I think a bunch of other local news outlets as well were reporting on this. But you guys in Redmond have implemented some very futuristic crime-solving techniques. And you're like every other industry, you guys are incorporating AI into how you guys are actually going to be solving crimes. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, so recently the Redmond Police Department partnered with a company called Long Eye. What Long Eye is, it's a AI tool that allows investigators to upload police reports, video, audio, basically any digital evidence that pertains to a particular case. The AI tool then catalogs that information, and I'll call it prioritizes it. So it just goes through the information, and then it gives them like a table of contents or a priority. And then based upon the query that the investigator puts in, it'll say, based upon the police report, based upon this audio, link or conversation. Here's what it believes matches what that question or what that query was. And I would say the important thing is this is not going out to the internet. It's not pulling something from a large learning model. It only ingests the information that the investigator already has. So it enhances the investigator's ability, like I said, to prioritize or categorize information that they already have on their case.
We're talking with Redmond Police Chief Darrell Lowe. How much time is this? You've already started using this technology, is that right?
Correct. We've been using it for about 2 months now.
Have you noticed a pretty dramatic increase in the amount of cases or the evidence that you guys were able to go through with probably
the
far fewer
efficiency.
people?
Yeah.
It's like way more efficient. Have you guys already noticed that?
So what we noticed when we did our validation of this tool prior to implementing it, we took about 60 hours worth of phone calls and ran it through the tool. And it was able to process those 60 hours of essentially were jail phone calls in a matter of minutes. From that particular analysis, it was able to provide the detective or confirm for the detective information that was contained within those jail phone calls. So that was one of the test cases that we did that caused us to believe that this tool would have value for us in our investigative efforts.
This takes would have been a detective a week and a half.
60 hours.
Listening to, having to sit through and listen to hour after hour after hour. Plus, it gives you all the information. It's flawless. What a gift.
Definitely. And that 60 hours would not be 60 continuous hours. Typically in an investigation, an investigator has multiple cases that they're working, and they may devote, an hour or two, each day or every couple of days on a particular case.
Wow.
So that 60 hours could have taken, a month, 2 months maybe to get through, because again, they don't, just sit there, for that 60 hours on that one case.
It's really interesting because you guys are at we're AI is as bad as it's ever going to be.
It's infancy.
It just keeps getting better and better. And so there are all these amazing applications like what you're talking about right now. If it speeds through the process of, solving some of these cases, that's fantastic. Are there any drawbacks? Like I was reading the story earlier, totally unrelated story, obviously, but a local, not local here, but there was a school district that was using AI technology as a way to help scan through like kids' backpacks and stuff on their way into school. Did you see the story? And it identified a bag of Doritos as a possible weapon. So the kid was pulled out, was put in cuffs, and obviously they got to the bottom of it. And I think it was like spicy Doritos or something.
Well, it's a weapon against the war on diabetes.
Yes.
Bad diets, yeah.
It would have. They probably saved a few minutes of that kid's life by identifying the bag and getting it out of his system. But that's obviously AI not working great. Are you guys able to protect against AI, having any mistakes as it helps you guys move some of these cases?
Absolutely. I think that's a prime example of AI is a tool. It does not replace the human. And in many of the cases where we see what I will call sloppy police work, it's because the human or the individual has not verified or validated that hit or that thing from AI generated image. A bag of potato chips, as I understand it from that particular case, there were safeguards in place, but they weren't adhered to.
Mm-hmm.
For us, for any technology that gets implemented, by my department, we have a data use policy. We have policies and procedures in place prior to implementing those things. And the critical thing for me is you cannot take the human out of the loop. This here is an efficiency tool for investigators. It does not replace the investigator both verifying and validating whatever that clue or that information that AI says it is right. So that to me is what is critical and key to any type of AI implementation, especially in public safety, but just across the workplace in general.
This doesn't give you a suspect, doesn't come to conclusions or deductions. It just organizes information at a very efficient rate and gives your staff, takes the legwork or the desk work or the hours and hours of listening to audio tapes. It just does that for them quickly. Then they can use their professional skills to do the detective work, to do the deductions.
Absolutely. I would say, to put it in non-AI simple terms, if individuals are familiar with Microsoft Word, which most people are, it's no different than a keyword search. When you put in find and you put in a word, it goes through that Word document and it highlights everywhere in that document that word or that search query is. This is that, but a bit more sophisticated in that, with quantum computing and the processing capabilities, it can just ingest a lot more information and, come to that deduction a lot faster.
We've heard that, with the problem with AI is that it just takes all the information out there, garbage in, garbage out. Now, you mentioned earlier that there is no outside information being put into the way your department uses AI. How do you safeguard against that? How do you safeguard against bad information getting slid in or sneaking its way in?
So the vetting process prior to us utilizing this tool, we ensured that it was what is basically CJIS, or Criminal Justice Information System compliant, that the algorithm itself, again, does not take in anything from the internet. It's a closed system. So we have control over what we input into the system. We have assurances both from the company and from our own city IT department prior to implementation that it is, in fact, a closed loop or a closed system, that it is not going out to the internet to gather anything, and it will only provide a response to what you put in. But what I think is the other critical safeguard in it is that it indexes back to its original source. So it's not going to say, okay, here was a statement that was made, and it was made, by Jake today, because if I didn't put in, Jake's statement or Jake's voice, there's no way it could come back with that information.
So it's like evidence. It's stuff that could be admissible in court. That's what's put into your system to help the AI assist your department.
1,000%. So the only thing that Long Eye evaluates or ingests are the reports, audio files, video files, et cetera, that the investigator already has as part of that case file. So yes, it is absolutely 100% admissible in court.
Let me ask you one more question, because it seems like in Redmond, and we're talking with Redmond Police Chief Darrell Lowe right now. Can you tell me a little bit about, department-wise, this is something you guys are really trying to be advanced in, how you adopt technology and fight crime. Like, you guys also have that drone first responder program. Is that right?
Yes, we are the only full-time drone as a first responder program in the state of Washington.
And that literally is, if you get a 911 call that comes into you guys, a drone can be sent out ahead of time and can get there much faster at times than a responding officer. Can be on the scene, monitoring the scene. You might have somebody who's even at the, like maybe there's a suspect. That drone can safely follow that suspect. Has that been pretty successful for you guys?
Yes, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I get really excited, about the program and about the success of the program. So my drone can get anywhere in the city within 90 seconds or less. Wow. All of my pilots are commissioned police officers. So within 90 seconds, you have a commissioned police officer having eyes on a circumstance from about 250 feet in the sky.
How is it you're the only department that has this? This sounds like a wow.
Why isn't everybody doing this?
So in all fairness, there are two other departments that are in the process of starting up their program. Both the Everett Police Department and the Pasco Police Department have got approval through their council, et cetera, but they're still in the process of acquiring equipment and validating and that type of thing.
Yeah, so but they weren't first. They weren't Redmond. That was you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And so it's been a game changer. And the other part that's been very successful for us, and about 17% of the calls, we're able to cancel a ground unit. So that frees up an officer in a car to respond to other calls for service. Right. So again, for me, I have commissioned police officers as my pilot. So you have a police officer with eyes on within 90 seconds or less. And where we've seen great success is we know that organized retail theft has been a significant issue here in the region and around the country. We're able to get there fast enough to where when the individual is walking out of the store with either a shopping cart full of stolen goods or an armful of stolen goods, we have their face on camera recorded for the prosecutor, and that makes it very difficult not to proceed with criminal charges when you have them walking out, like I said, with an armful or a basket full of goods.
That's amazing, and what a huge benefit for businesses in your area too, in Redmond, because we get stories all the time, like we broadcast out of the Seattle area, and one of the big complaints from local retailers is if they were to call 911, the response might be way too long, so the person's already gone, and then what do you do with that information? They're just not even calling because it's like low. It's the theft might be below the threshold that police would even want to respond to it. But get a camera on them. This makes total sense. I think every city in the region should be adopting this as fast as possible. I think it's fantastic you guys are doing this. So keeping everybody safe in Redmond. Nice job.
Thank you.
Well, all right. That's Redmond Police Chief Darrell Lowe. It sounds like you guys are adopting technology at a pretty great rate. Has this even before you got into law enforcement, have you always been like a tech guy? Have you always been interested in this?
Probably a little less so, but throughout my law enforcement career, I was fortunate to come from a department in California that was very tech forward as well. And so I had that experience as a young officer. Now having the opportunity to lead a department, I'm able to, implement that with the support of, my mayor and council, of course, which is critically important, as we look to, keep the Redmond community safe and implement, technology that does that.
I know we see stories all across the state and across the country about how there's just a need for law enforcement officers, more people on staff. Every department is looking for people. This actually enhances your personnel's ability to do the real work that they're needed to do.
Hire a drone for crying out loud.
Drones
folks.
And the AI research, back-end research for these guys is really, it helps you take what limited resources you have and make the most of them. So great job, Chief.
Thank you. And it is. It's about enhancing, my staff's capability. Technology will never replace humans. Technology will never replace the need for police officers. But if I can do things that make my staff's job easier and make them more efficient, that is, what I take as my call and my charge. And then that frees them up to be available, to the community, for other things.
Fantastic. All right. That's Redmond Police Chief Darrell Lowe. Thank you so much for coming on and making the time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
Our pleasure, Chief. Thanks. Nice job. Keep up the great work.
If you were living in any other city, I mean, Redmond's a nice place. Obviously, it's already a nice place. But if you were living in a place like Everett, I'm very pleased to hear that Everett is trying to get this program going.
That's good. I was going to ask. Well, who else? You said two other communities are working to get it up and running.
Everett and also Pasco. I don't understand why every city wouldn't be adopting this, because we've been telling stories like Seattle police. They've been struggling to. What did Aaron have a news story? They netted one new cop in Seattle. One new cop after all of that hiring of blitz and the $50,000 recruit
training
bonus.
Facility. Yeah.
One new cop in the city of Seattle, like the greatest city in Washington State. I mean, at least with size and money. I mean, who knows if it's the greatest city, but it's a big city.
Yeah.
They should have more cops. But get some drones out there. I think that's fantastic.
And for the business owners who say cops can't get on site fast enough for you, it's not the cops can't respond to these calls because they're just understaffed.
Yeah.
I've noticed not a lot of Fred Meyers talking about leaving Redmond.
Yeah, you're right.
Not a lot of businesses closing up their doors and moving on for greener pastures.
You're totally right. And we're comfortable with. I mean, it's not like we're
not shooting death rays from the drone.
The argument might be like, oh, it's a surveillance state, and everybody doesn't want to be on camera all the time. If somebody's responding to a 911 call, a police officer is going to go out and do that. There's going to be cop cameras on the car. There's going to be body cams. That's all going to be on footage anyway.
Right.
That's going to be available to the public when they finally do get there. But getting there faster.
You're talking about everybody's talking about every cop should have a body cam on, right? That's become kind of the tide has turned on that mentality.
Body cams. They're great for everybody. They're great for cops. They're great for the criminals.
How'd you like to have a body cam there in 90 seconds? That can record everything that happens. A minute, they get the call. And anywhere in the city within 90 seconds?
It's just so smart, too, because you're not putting the cop in risk, in danger either. You're not going to, the main argument is like, oh, well, a cop escalates the situation, yada, 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 which, I don't actually believe that that's true. I think they do way more good than bad. But you put a drone over that person.
Right.
And now they may not even know that they're being filmed, and they just casually go and they get in their car and they do their thing and they go away.
They figure they cleared the parking lot with that shopping cart full of stolen goods. They're good to go. Meanwhile, drones tracking every step they take.
They see the car that they get into. They note the license plate. Everything is admissible in court. They can use that as a prosecutor. The prosecutor can use that. It's so smart.
Yeah.
It's also like an evidence of like how amazing technology can be when it's used for the right purposes.
Yeah, here. I love every bit of this
you
story.
don't want the Doritos bag to be sending the kid in the handcuffs. But that was resolved. That was fine.
Well, yeah, but how do you put a kid in cuffs? How does it? Because we talked
think
about
they
that
got
story.
a weapon in the bag. Doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, but the first thing you do is put a kid in cuffs and then open the backpack to see if it's Doritos. You know, that can of Pringles looks a lot like a projectile device. It's a can of Pringles.
Is this an RPG? No.
Right?
It's
just a salty goodness.
Delicious. I couldn't think of a Pringles. Salt and what did you say? Salt.
Just salty
and vinegar. Salt and vinegar. That's a chip, right?
Goodness.
Salt and vinegar's a chip.
Sidebar. Do you stack Pringles to make flavor combinations? Have you seen that trend?
No.
Oh, you take like a salt and vinegar and you stack it with a pizza, or you stack it with this, that, and you make these little flavor combos.
That's a genius
For
idea.
the people who order off the secret menu at McDonald's, where you order a surf and turf, where they slap a fillet of fish on top of a cheeseburger. All of a sudden, you got a McDonald's surf and turf. There's this like secret menu.
Yeah, why doesn't Pringles make a surprise can? This is just we're off top of our
that
head.
you don't know what
they
you
should
get.
make a mystery can that
Okay.
has all the different flavors. Like you could have 15 barbecue. You could have 15 Cool Ranch.
Remember the stack of the Royal Lifesavers that were all the different flavors? Boom.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Lifesavers with a variety pack?
Well, no, I know Lifesavers are different flavors.
Let's put the Pringles.
I thought you were saying they were a mystery.
Where has it already worked before? Think about marketing. Where has it already worked
Skittles.
before?
We all get it with Skittles,
There you
although
go.
they taste the same, don't they?
No, they're different. The different colors taste different.
Do they?
I do. I was Seahawks
I
season.
do. He knows.
I know. Seahawks season ticket holder in the mid-teens. I know
that's funny.
exactly how every Skittle tastes and how
Tell
far it
you
throws.
Every single Skittle.
I know how far you can throw them.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. We get back. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Seattle's morning news.
Hi, I'm Charlie Hart.
And I'm Amanda Factor.
1 week to Election Day, and in my commentary at 7:35, we explore the campaign of Katie Wilson for Seattle mayor.
The government shutdown almost 4 weeks old.
New York Times investigative reporter David Barenthold on the fallout.
All the day's top stories and solely with traffic every 10 minutes.
Join us tomorrow 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
I got to tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to the Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, to just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you say, I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off, I go, well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. And you're always like, blah, 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 blah.
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
You've been wiring pounds to a second wife in London.
It's not what it looks like.
And here she is now.
Sure it isn't.
Hello, darling.
Elizabeth?
Did you know our husband used a bank instead of Wise to send you money?
What an imbecile. Well,
See, even your secret wife knows that banks are slow and hide fees in overseas transfers.
those cheaters.
If you want to send money overseas, use Wise. They're faster and they don't hide fees.
You can save up to 70% when you send money abroad. Be smart. Get Wise. Learn more by visiting wise.com. T's and C's apply.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living and memory care designed to preserve dignity, independence in your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Hey football fans, Steve Rabel here. You know what makes Washington State truly special? It's the people, the everyday champions who serve, care, and connect. This fall, your local credit union, WSECU, is proud to celebrate 4 of these inspiring individuals as part of Washington's Community Champions. Serving Washington since 1957, WSECU is the only credit union named a Forbes Best Credit Union 5 years in a row. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your hero today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167 without a Good to Go account, you'll now receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. A Good to Go pass saves $2 on every toll. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Our state's largest employer is slashing its workforce in a big way. CBS's Stacey Lynn has details on potential job cuts at Amazon.
Amazon is planning to cut as many as 30,000 corporate jobs beginning tomorrow. The cuts come as the company works to pare back and compensate for overhiring during the pandemic. The layoffs, which come on the brink of the holiday shopping season, will amount to the largest cuts to Amazon's corporate workforce in the company's history.
Not clear yet how many workers in Washington are being let go. Washington's Employment Security Department, meantime, is changing its call center hours to tackle a surge in unemployment claims. A 90-day pilot starts this week with phone lines turning off on Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 4. ESD Commissioner Cami Feek.
Our number one priority in this is getting people paid as quickly as possible.
Feek says the reduced call center hours will give staff more time to focus on processing jobless claims. ESD says the federal shutdown and seasonal job losses are driving up demand. A shocking scene this morning for Seattle police officers as they respond to a call for a man who set himself on fire. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
The call came in just after 3 Monday morning from an alley near Northeast 45th Street and Brooklyn Avenue Northeast. Officers arrived in less than 5 minutes. SPD Detective Eric Munoz says they found a man engulfed in fire running down the alley.
They yelled for him to stop, asked him to stop, drop, and roll. He continued running, and officers ran towards him with a fire extinguisher, and they put him out.
Investigators say the man fell asleep too close to a small fire. You can see the video on mynorthwest.com. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
On the heels of that gambling scandal involving NBA players and coaches, the league is out with a memo to teams. CBS's Matt Piper has the updates.
The memo underlined the concern that NBA Commissioner Adam Silver stated after a federal indictment last week into gambling schemes involving sports betting and poker. Feds also flagged instances of co-conspirators placing wagers on a team or game using privileged information. The league says work's begun to diligently enhance real-time monitoring, while it also says it will review what it labeled dire risks that gambling can have on players and coaches and their careers. Matt Piper, CBS News.
At 2:33 now, we go to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Lori.
Bellevue to Linwood right now is a 14-minute drive, and Seattle to Federal Way only 23 minutes. We have a collision that cleared at Portland in Tacoma. It looks like Tacoma to Federal Way, though, only a 12-minute drive. We've got both directions of 167. A little slow approaching Pacific, but southbound slows out of Renton, picks up again at 516. Bellevue to Seattle on I-90 is 15 minutes. On 520 is a 12-minute drive. Still looking at no restrictions on I-90 or US 2 over the pass. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Calmer and drier conditions for the most part today. Rain at times for tomorrow and cloudy through the week. Right now, 53 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're going to get into this other story in just a second. Sex warfare. That's all I need to know. Sex warfare. I'll tell you about it in just a second. It's a very sexy story, actually. But before we do that, Aaron, don't go anywhere. Real quick.
Okay.
We've been talking a lot about entertainment
it's time
today.
to peel back the onion with
I'm going to peel
Aaron
back
Granillo.
a little more of this.
Yeah, let's learn about your news host.
The first part we peel back stinks. He doesn't. He likes scary things. He also likes kind of like goofy things.
Yeah, he's a man of
I was asking this over
taste.
the break. It's interesting. We've arrived at a place now where when we were all growing up, not Laura because she's much younger than us, but when the rest of us were all growing up,
so much younger.
She's very way
much
younger.
Yeah.
She wants us to say that as much as we can because it's true. But when we were all growing up, there was just like shows that people would talk about. You'd look the water cooler shows. You talk about them the next day.
Yeah.
And then there was a time where there was so much available to you. There still is. It's an incredible amount of stuff available to you. But there are certain things that kind of rise to the level where everybody's watching them. And one of them right now on Netflix, this weekend, everyone that my wife knows, and then so myself as well, we watched a show called Nobody Wants This. Have you seen that show yet?
No clue.
It's with Kristen Bell and Adam Brody.
I thought it was Adrian. Maybe it's Adam Brody.
Adrian Brody's the pianist.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he's the pianist. Yeah, that's right.
That'd be a very different show.
Yes, it would.
Nobody wants
But he's
to
a
hear
great
this.
actor.
The Brutalist
That's right.
as well, yeah.
Yes, so I'm watching it. Laura, are you watching that show? Nobody Wants
I am.
This?
Yeah. I saw season 1. I just started season 2.
Is this about garage sailing? What is it?
No, it's just a romantic.
It's a rom-com.
Oh, yeah. It's a TV show. It's
Nobody
like
wants a rom-com?
like a mismatched couple trying to find their way together.
Oh,
he's a rabbi and she's a
nun.
And
hilarity ensues.
She's a vulgar podcaster.
She's a vulgar.
A sex podcaster.
She's a
And he's a rabbi?
He's a rabbi.
And
How does
hilarity
this on?
ensues.
How does that work?
Hilarity ensues.
Are you watching it, Aaron?
I am. Yeah, I love that show.
Here's a question for you guys. 'Cause my wife and I were debating this over the weekend. How old do you think they're supposed to be? How old is a couple in that show supposed to be?
I think they look like they should be in their early to mid-30s.
Okay.
I've never seen the show, so I really can't
I
play.
agree that I think they're trying to be presented as in their mid-30s or early 30s, but the actors who play them are so well-known and famous as being people who are now in their mid-40s. Both of them are 45. I actually looked this up.
Okay.
They also have, she's got a couple of kids. He's got kids.
In the show or in real life?
In real life.
Okay.
But in the show, they play like childless people who are just talking about, having a life together.
Okay.
And I couldn't figure out, are they trying to trick us? And Laura, as a young person, do they look young to you? Do you think they look young? No.
Sorry. I should be way more polite, but they do not look.
They both look old.
Like they're in their 30s.
I agree.
And it would be like early to mid 30s, where
It would have to
this
be.
kind of lifestyle where you're like, some of your friends have kids, some of your friends don't. Some of your friends are dating. Some of your friends are married.
Yeah.
Like that's early 30s.
So they're playing.
right?
They're playing mid-30s.
Well,
but they're in their 40s. Is that
it's
what we're
not clear.
talking?
They clearly are both very successful in life, so they've lived some life.
Yeah,
so
he's
they're
a
not
rabbi.
20.
She's a podcaster, and the millions ensue. I mean, really?
Well, no, they live in a very wealthy area of
LA,
LA.
right?
Like they're just everything they do looks expensive.
So that's just movie magic,
That's
right?
because it's fun. Nobody wants to see
That's a
struggle
chinchilla
on TV.
coat I see she's wearing here in episode 1. Okay.
Well, it's not Breaking Bad. It's just like it's a lifestyle that you like. You wish you had these.
That's why
trappings.
we fantasize into television shows. It's always a lifestyle we wish we had, right?
But I was watching this over the weekend. I was like, these people look old. Like, what are they talking about having kids and stuff? Because they're getting very old. And then but Aaron, you think they look young.
I think that's what they're supposed to be. Their age that they're supposed to be.
Okay.
I don't think they necessarily look young, but
They look young to me. Trust me.
Well,
they look young to
I got
Spike.
kids this age.
That's
yeah.
true.
I mean, they look about my age, so that's
That's-
kind of
You
where
look
I'm
young
at.
to me.
Do you think that the show is being marketed to people our age?
Yes, I do.
So that we like the idea that we still look young.
Yeah.
But to people who are Laura's age who are actually young, she goes, ugh, look at these old people.
Interesting. Do you go ugh when
Yes.
you see them?
Well, a little.
Really?
It's
Kristen
got that.
Bell?
It has a little bit, not ugh, but it has a little bit of the uncanny valley of 30-year-olds playing college students or 25-year-olds playing high school kids.
John Travolta.
You're
in
sort of like,
Grease.
no.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Danny, how many times have you done
Rizzo.
11th grade?
Like, how old was it? Is that her name?
Rizzo.
That's right. Was
Rizzo
it
had 3 kids that should pick up after high
She
school.
was a grandmother when they started principal photography on that movie. Well, okay, then we
Stockard
don't know.
Channing, a
we don't know
wonderful
how
talent.
we don't know how old they are, but they're both. You think they look old? I think they look.
I think they look
older.
older than what they're playing.
But
and
Aaron
what
and I
kinda makes
both are
sense.
buying into the idea that they might be younger because we like to think that we're still young.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Still hip.
Yeah, we're still with it. Still
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, speaking of with it and hip and cool, in Silicon Valley, there's a funny thing that's happening. People have noticed there's a bunch of very hot women in Silicon Valley married to incredibly dorky men.
So you're saying nerds with money get girls?
Well,
That's what you're saying?
Okay, so that's what I initially thought. I
Right,
was
that
like,
seems
okay,
like a duh.
I understand that. It's a comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah,
You feel taken
sure.
care of. As it turns out, they have discovered that there is a Chinese and Russian sex warfare spy ring that has infiltrated Silicon Valley.
Kidding me.
Yes.
Oh.
So the Russians, apparently, one former this is from the Times had this article. I think this was in the Times of London, maybe. Anyway, one former counterintelligence official who now helps Silicon Valley founders divest their foreign investments, I'm reading from the article, said he recently investigated the case of one beautiful Russian woman who worked in an aerospace company and married an American colleague. All right, that makes total sense.
Sure.
They worked together. They fell in love, flirting by the water cooler, and he's got a ton of money. She's beautiful. This is how matches are made.
Sure.
He discovered that she had gone to a modeling academy in her 20s, but later attended a Russian soft power school before disappearing for a decade.
A what?
And when she reemerged, I have no idea what that means.
Soft power school?
Yeah, again, just
Okay.
you can Google it. I didn't, but it
I'm
sounds like.
afraid to.
What do you think that means? Actually,
soft
Laura,
power
can you
school?
Google that? What does Russian soft power school mean? Let's take a guess before she Googles it. Before we have an
I think a
answer.
soft power school means how to be covert, how to be deceptive and gain leverage.
Okay. I think that's a fair guess given the topic.
Yeah.
that we're discussing.
It's weighted with what I've heard so far.
I would say it's probably close to that. Yeah, it's like how do you get over on somebody using social engineering?
Google AI overview tells me that it's kind of a propaganda thing, projecting influence abroad, promoting the Russian language, culture, values.
So it's
patriotic
Russian.
education, Russian history.
Got it.
So,
Values that align with the Kremlin's interests.
Got it.
One of the things that when not to be side of going afield here, but when U.S. aid was dismantled,
Yeah.
Black people say that we lost a lot of what they call soft power around the globe. Whereas you help communities, you help nations. That gives
Sex warfare?
Well, no, but feeding hungry people, helping people plant crops, drill wells, those kind of things. That's called soft power, where you gain influence over a region by doing things that benefit that region.
Sure.
So in this regard, a soft power school is like how do you promote the greatness of Russia abroad? Okay.
In the USAID thing though, in those cases, because they weren't actually doing those things and they were just funneling it through NGOs, that's why they canceled it. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, what?
There's a disagreement.
Well, no.
People disagree on how much money actually made it to the ground.
It's a very nuanced topic with a lot of points for concern.
I prefer sex warfare, if I had to be honest.
Clean and right to the point.
Old-fashioned sex warfare.
Oh, dirty and right to the point.
All right, so she went to Russian soft power school. She disappeared for a decade, and when she reemerged, she was in the United States, and she was a cryptocurrency expert. But she doesn't stay in crypto, the ex-official says. Then she gets married to one of her colleagues, and then they start having kids. And this is the new thing. It's a long game where they start having kids. And do you know the amount of money? And they're just like slowly, the point of all of this is to try to take technology that's available in the United States
and siphon it back.
Get it back to places like Russia or China.
Wow.
Do you know how much they say it costs, this sex warfare costs U.S. Intellectual property rights every single year?
Oh, God. Billions.
$600 billion a year in sex warfare. Isn't that amazing?
A year?
A year.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Sex sells.
The oldest profession.
The oldest profession.
Right?
Yeah.
Sex and spying go back.
But to have kids with the person, that's the next level.
That's long. It's very long.
Can you imagine finding out?
Wow.
That you like everybody who's smart and has a hot wife right now is just going like, wait a minute.
Like if
they're in the tech industry.
So here's another question. All you want to talk about is work.
Yeah. Here's another question. Do you think they care?
No. No.
Probably not.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. Everybody gets what they want.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, you don't want sex warfare. All right. Should we do text messages next? I think we should.
Absolutely.
We got a lot. We'll come back. Stick around.
KIRO Newsradio exclusive.
This is Charlie Harder. I've spent the past 6 weeks investigating a story involving a youth pastor, child abuse, a mayor, and a name change, all while civic leaders appear to look the other way.
I've read the police report. It is horrible. It is sickening.
There's some level of calculation there.
You have to make it right.
How does no one have a problem with it?
Watch the full story at mynorthwest.com and the KIRO Newsradio YouTube page.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, Mike Salk here. Who's got family coming to town this holiday season? I know I do. My parents will be staying at my house for a few days over Thanksgiving. And obviously, you want to make sure your home is prepared. You want to present a warm environment. And that starts with a well-heated, properly insulated home. Make sure your insulation is ready for that challenge this year by calling Crawl Pros. They'll come to your house, just like they did at mine, do a free corner-to-corner inspection of your crawl space and your attic. If your home has damaged insulation or no insulation in the attic or crawl space, get it fixed before the cold weather really shows up. If you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could qualify to receive a rebate on up to 95% of the cost to properly insulate your crawl space and attic. Yeah, 95%. But you got to act now because many of these rebates are ending at the end of the year, including federal incentives. Call Crawl Pros. They're the crawl space experts, and learn what's going on behind that crawl space and attic hatch for free. Then see what energy rebates you're eligible for. Go to crawlpros.com.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here. And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms. Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years.
That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives.
We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day.
And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us, clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations.
So next time you're at the grocery store,
skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them.
Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Costco, Hagen's, or Whole Foods. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you. Because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things have changed, and some things haven't. Using those lanes without a good-to-go account means you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. You'll always pay the lowest toll rate with good-to-go. No change. Carpoolers now need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Does a good-to-go pass still save you $2 on every toll? Definitely not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com. Free Flex Passes while supplies last.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Tired of uneven heating, noisy systems, and high energy bills? The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings with every system, and every system qualifies for max tax credits. Call the Comfort People at HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer compassionate care at a price that helps stretch and preserve your estate. No unnecessary luxury, just the support you need with dignity and heart. And if you ever need to convert to Medicaid, you don't have to move. With communities across Washington and Arizona, including new locations in Port Orchard, Sumner, Mercer Island, and North Creek Bothell, there's a Care Partners community near you. Care Partners Living, compassionate care and peace of mind. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got a lot of text messages. Oh, we're starting out with one of my good buddies, Archer. Let's get right to it. Laura, go for it.
Arter in Kent says on Spike's blacksmithing adventure, okay, I think I'm done making fun of Jake's outfits after seeing him cut through that paper like that.
That's right.
You kind of did aggressively.
Well,
very psycho.
You got to go to this class.
I told you I didn't sleep last night, and I had a very pressured weekend of youth sports. So yeah, I had to take my anger out.
Doug in Mount Vernon says Spike is also ready for the next time he has to recover a family member's cell phone.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that story?
Be honest, you were bummed that guy wasn't in the tent.
No, I was terrified.
You brought an ice pick to that?
I brought an ice pick. Well, an ice axe, a climbing axe.
Okay.
Not a little ice pick like shiv in the side of the head like in Shawshank.
An ice climbing axe.
All right.
Yeah. That's a whole nother story. Why you have an ice climbing axe?
I just brought it with me for that particular, although there is one in my car.
Do you ice climb?
No.
Okay.
It will cut road rage off at the roots.
Just showing it to someone?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone starts waving at you, wagging a finger through the window. You just hold up an ice axe. They just look away, and when the light turns green, they go.
You know what I do? Just because it really is, it makes me feel good. I will point at them beneath the level of the window so they can't even see me pointing. Just makes me feel good. That's how passive-aggressive I am. I'll point at them beneath the window.
That's great.
All right, on Scary Movies, Rick the Plumber says, yay, now Laura can say, I see dead people in a low whisper. Oh, that's nice, Laura.
I see dead people.
I don't know they're dead. And Kyle in Bellingham says, what does The Sixth Sense and Titanic have in common? I see dead people. Ba-dum-bum.
There's a dad joke.
Kyle is a father, I'm betting.
On the people who watch scary movies, 206 says, I'm feeling so judged right now. My wife and I love all that stuff.
206, that was not our intention. We don't want you to feel judged. We love you, and
you're not coming to the Christmas party.
I wouldn't let you babysit my kids.
You better yet.
But I am happy that you are listening to the show, so thank you.
And at least you and your wife found each other.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
very good.
Go for it, Laura. Sorry.
Katie in Tacoma says violence has always been a form of entertainment. Gladiator battles, public executions, all forms of public entertainment.
Boy,
Sure, there's
I hadn't
deep,
even thought about that.
Dark and deep inside people. You're right.
What are you doing this weekend? Going to the hanging. All right. See you there.
Right. Destiny in Seattle says, I find scary movies funny, campy, and silly until I saw Paranormal. That scared me so hard I had night terrors for months. Paranormal was... I got through like 5 minutes of that movie and I said no.
I don't even want to start it.
Yeah, it's too real. Those movies
It's like security footage
Yes.
in a family home, right?
It's terrifying.
Yeah, no.
Terrifying.
No thanks. On True Crime, 425 says, I attended the My Favorite Murder podcast show at the Paramount last night. They read Kevin Coe's story, and oh my goodness, his story is even creepier than you would think.
It's very creepy.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
great. Thanks. Okay. Allison Snohomish says...
Sammamish.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sammamish. Get it right, too, because serial killers are boring. They do the same thing over and over again. God, I love that. I prefer watching someone who just snaps once.
Thank you, Allison.
Wow.
Let's move on to something less psycho.
Yes, thank you.
Kids sporting leagues. 206 says, I don't know about making suggestions to the coaches at a youth sporting event, but I have received a yellow card as a spectator for yelling at the refs at a soccer game.
You give fans a yellow card?
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
funny.
great. Your team gets a yellow card. Shut those parents up. Jesse B says, as a mom who raised sports boys, they're all desperate for volunteers to coach, do community events, run concessions, communicate with team parents, take a position on the board, even referees. Once you get involved, it seems to mean more to both you and your kids. You're part of the team, and your kids see and feel that. It means a lot to them. I've told my adult children that. I'm told by my adult children, she says.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that meant a lot.
Yeah.
I got to coach one of my kids. It was a wonderful feeling.
I have
you've done it.
I'm coaching each one of my kids at different points in their life.
There you
It's
go.
fantastic. It's a good memory, but you still want to yell at coaches sometimes.
Fernando in Seattle says, talk to Curly. He coached a team that Rye was on that was also winless.
That's no good. Matt in Seattle says, Jake, at that age, again, this is for 7 and 8 year olds, good coaches should be focused on fundamentals, not wins. My soccer team went from never win to 50-50 to perennial champs by the time that we were starting high school. Those teams that focused on winning, leaning into their raw athleticism, couldn't keep up with our skill once we got to middle and high school. He's not wrong about that, but a little taste of success is also vital as you go down the road in some of these teams. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for your text messages. Thank you so much. Great start of the week. John Curley is coming up next. We got a lot of great stuff tomorrow. Do we have a Seattle Police Chief on with us tomorrow?
We sure do.
Awesome.
Chief Sean Barnes.
All right,
coming
he'll
in.
join us tomorrow, so stick around for that tomorrow. We'll see you back here then. Bye-bye.
A 55-yard interception return by Easley.
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football.
Number 45, Kenny Easley, as pure an athlete as has ever played that free safety position. Saw him the very first day of training camp after his first-round draft choice. All of us veterans looked at each other and said, we've got something here, and we sure did.
Since the beginning, KIRO is where Seattle and the Pacific Northwest have heard the Seahawks play. Here's to the next 50 years.
Cold is leaking and rats are moving and moon is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl. heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Do you know someone whose everyday actions make Washington stronger? Someone whose care, service, and connection lift us all. They're Washington's community champions, and WSECU wants to celebrate them this fall. Steve Rabel here. WSECU has been serving Washington since 1957, and they're the only credit union named Forbes' Best Credit Union 5 years running. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your Washington Community Champion today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
If you have Medicaid and are new to Medicare, you may qualify to enroll in a Humana Medicare Advantage dual-eligible special needs plan with a lot more benefits like dental, vision, and hearing, along with helpful support when you need it most. Now is the time to see if you qualify to enroll. It only takes a few minutes to find out if you're eligible. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options. So this Medicare planning season, we can help you plan well. Learn more at humanaduals.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a dual-eligible special needs HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the state Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma.